5, 4, 3. We've got ignition. 2, 1. We've got RIP takeoff, y'all. Welcome to another edition. Live edition, that is, of the Self Love Show. Today, we are going to unpack music producer from Chicago, Rio Love. We're going to sit with him and talk his method, process, obstacles, and shy life, you know. Got us growing up in Chicago affect everything we do. That's what we on today. Looking forward to this. All right, Karen. You guys, please like, share, subscribe. You can post it on Twitter and everywhere else. Like, text it to people, email this link to people. We really appreciate it. And hit that like button. The, what do you call that? Algorithm absolutely loves it. Yeah.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
And even in this instance, if I could be of service to a 9-year-old girl or a 19-year-old woman or girl who wants to be a woman, is to really remember that self-love is the best way that you can receive love from anybody else, because it's coming from you. A lot of times we forget that. We look externally for this love. We look externally for this feeling of validation and adoration and approval, and it has to come from within.
Self Love Vision. All right, y'all. We're in the building. Appreciate y'all patience. As always, please like, share, subscribe. Let's get them in here. It's a good message that we bring into the culture. So expect more greatness to be coming as well. So we definitely appreciate everyone and need everyone. All right, the views expressed in today's podcast are those of the host, its guests, and not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliate. Welcome to the Self Love Show on This Ain't That Network, or TATN. This is a safe place where we explore captivating topics to expand our community's mind and ignite our curiosities. This is one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie. All praise due to all the ancestors, the Most High, and of course, my late beloved Mama Sky. Tonight, we're honored to have a special guest, Rio Love, a renowned music producer whose beats have shaped the soundscape of our city. Rio will be sharing his unique methods and processes that have led to his success in today's industry. From the initial spark of inspiration to the final mix down, he'll take us through each step of his creative journey, offering invaluable insight for other producers and music enthusiasts like himself, and myself. But it's not just about the music, but what you do on the Self Love Show. Rio Love will also open up about any hurdles he may have faced along his journey of life and how the dynamic culture of Chicago has influenced his work. From his soulful rhythms on the South Side to the bustling energy of downtown, Chi-Town's diverse musical heritage has played a pivotal role in shaping his sound. So join us as we explore the intersection of music and city life. We're going to discover what it takes to make it in the ever-evolving world of music production. Stay tuned. Get ready to be inspired. This is the Self Love Show. This is the revolution. These are lessons, not lectures. The revolution will not be on YouTube. We're live in living color. Today is Tuesday, July 16, 2024 at 7:06 in Chicago. And as always, you all can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe, but thankfully, we all chose to be here together. Here together. Chi-Town, what down, bet down, baby. We got both them boys signed. You got your wide receiver signed. You got QB halter top. He signed it. He inked the paper today. But what you manifested today, Brody?
Love, now you know me. I'm manifesting love. What you manifest?
Same good, brother. Pure, magnificent, unfettered, unfiltered. Some have said tough, others have said harsh, but I can show you self-love just the same, good brother.
No doubt, no doubt.
Hey, what's been going on in your neck of the shot since we last hopped on?
Well, you just said it. Two of our two main rookies signed the dotted line. It was really no question that was gonna happen, but also, man, it was tornadoes in the area, like lots of them.
Yeah, people don't have power, man. DX said he don't have power out there.
Oh no, man.
Yeah.
Cause shoot, I went to get some gas over east, in Indiana. Man, there was so many trees down. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
I hadn't really been anywhere today.
It's all written.
Yeah.
How long those trees are being processed?
No, some of them were still blocking the road, so
They're being processed.
Process them out of the street.
They've been processed by the ether.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. All right. Man. Yeah, man. So, man, yeah, safety for everybody, man. I heard it was pretty bad around there, bro. So glad at least you got your power on and your Wi-Fi out there.
Oh yeah, I didn't even really hear the rain, but I stepped outside when the alert hit my phone, and it was that dead air. When I got out there, I was like, "Oh shit, this is, this is not good." There's no wind in the Windy City.
That quiet before the storm.
Yeah, I'm looking out into
not a bird chirping.
Look out on the horizon, and it was you could see lightning. I'm like, yeah, that's not good.
Not an animal scurrying. All right, what to expect today on the Self Love Show? We started out with, of course, our quote of the day. Then, of course, we have our more growth and development video. And that's our platform. It's less than a minute. We promise. That's what we're standing on. More growth and development. And then, of course, tattoo tyranny. Your mind is an awful thing to waste, especially when you're throwing your tax money away. So tattoo tyranny, we're going to show your government doing stuff, and we'll decide if they're doing what we're paying them for or if they should be fired. Uh-oh, looks like we lost the co-host here. Maybe we spoke too soon about him having Wi-Fi. All right, and then we also have a dome teaser, simply a riddle. We'll lay it out there for you. We'll drop it in the chat. Give you ample time to solve it. If you can't matriculate and produce the wisdom, then we'll go ahead and break it down for you at the end of the show. So you got to wait around to get that. And then, of course, we're going to wrap it up with my personal favorite part of the show. And that's when Brother Wordsmith, if we can get him back online, he's going to summarize today's show off the top of the dome. Bit of pros. So stick around for that. Stick around for that. All right, let's see. All right, any other producers out there? This is an interactive show, solution-based show. So you got any questions for this brother? Chime. Any suggestions? Chime. Any comments? Do so. Or you can call in. I don't know if you can call in, so don't worry about that. But yeah, this brother's gonna, once we get him in the show, we're gonna have Rio Love talk about, pretty much shy life and his process, how he creates his music. What's going on there, fella?
I got booted.
Yeah, we spoke too soon about you having
everything
Wi-Fi.
going well and all that. I guess they wanted to make us know that.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, you think it's cool?
Yeah, we haven't forgot about you.
We're listening.
Facts.
Hey.
All right, y'all. But enough of I've been doing enough yapping, and let's get this link out there. Y'all can put it on Facebook. Y'all can put it on anywhere,
everywhere. Y'all know how the story go. It's the Self Luv Show. Today we're unpacking Rio Love, his whole method and how he goes about his business.
I'm looking for a real love, baby. A real love, baby. Boy, you know what I mean? If he doesn't jack that.
As always, we have a very important video we want you to watch. The Silverback More Growth and Development platform that we're building the Self Love Nation off of. But before that, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day. Chicago is the most segregated big city in America, but it's also the most musically influential. From house music to hip hop, the city has always been at the forefront of innovation. Chicago, once again, is the most segregated big city in America, but it's also the most musically influential. From house music to hip hop, the city has always been at the forefront of innovation. And that is from Ye West.
Big ups to Kanye. My bad. I was texting the guest.
No worries. My phone restarted. So it's not on the setup thing. Not my phone. Computer.
I don't think I'm getting any volume on that, Karen. Hey, you guys, please like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, subscribe. We got Rio Love coming in the building. He had a little bit of delay on his end, so we're working with him on the back channels. I appreciate your patience. Um, we're going to talk to him about his method, his process, growing up in the shy, you know. A lot. It's a lot to talk about. I mean, you have former presidents, you know, people getting multiple shots off, you know. Man, what kind of privilege is that? You can shimmy up a side of a building with other pink people pointing at you, and you've got walked through there with a ladder and a long gun and made it. Wow. Bet a 20-year-old Pookie or Ray Ray couldn't have done it. Whenever you're ready, Karen, whenever you're ready. I'm sorry.
Silverback More Growth and Development Platform. Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influences. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, to provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, to provide mentors for the mentorless. 9, to close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen.
We're closing the gap. And number 10.
And number 10, protect our women, children, and men by any and all means necessary.
Facts. Chicago is the most segregated big city in America, but it's also the most musically influential. From house music to hip hop, we can go blues, right? Jazz, gospel.
For all of it. I mean,
You can't go rock music. There hasn't been any Drop Dead Gorgeous that's come out of city.
Well, we didn't know Drop Gord, so-called Drop Gord, Dead Gorgeous. Anybody created any music.
You see that Drop
What are you
Dead
talking
Gorgeous?
about?
You see that Drop Dead Gorgeous pink kid, the alleged shooter, Peppermint Patsy?
No.
You know how smart he was?
Yeah.
Bro, he was he was in all the honors classes. Somehow ended up at community college. They said his dad called right after shooting and said, "Oh, my gun is missing. I'm worried." What? Man, you have to know your son is a wacko. Somebody shoots at the president, right? And right after it happens, you're calling like you're going to check for your gun. Your gun should have been what? Well, it was his gun.
Locked up.
Yeah, but he bought it for his son.
Manchurian candidate out
I
there.
was about to say, you beat me to the punch. You beat me to the punch. Hey, you saw that thing I sent you, and we're not going to talk about BlackRock, but he also was working for BlackRock out there. They got him on video being hypnotized out there. BlackRock had to pull him down. Oh, I sent it to your old phone. Damn. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I sent it to your old phone, bro. Yeah, they got the picture. Let's see. I'll just put the picture. I'll send you the article later. Everybody needs to see this. We're going to send it to Karen. I'm going to send you this picture, and then what you're going to do is share it with the world. Drop Dead Gorgeous. And there's another Drop Dead Gorgeous man standing next to him teaching him stuff because allegedly they're smarter than everybody. Allegedly.
Well, there ain't no allegedness about it. They're not.
Well, you guys are looking for equality. There's a Jedi mind trick.
They're looking for equality.
There you go. It's next level around here on the Self Love Show. Yeah. I don't think anyone around here is, is trying to be Drop Dead Gorgeous.
It still ain't came through. Did you send it to the old one again?
No. I got it. I didn't send you the picture and I didn't send it yet.
Okay. I thought you, yeah.
Um,
Alrighty then.
here's what I'm doing. Karen, yeah. She's about to share it. Get off the phone. She's calling, she's on the phone with
Let me
911
get out
again.
the way.
This is gonna be basic. There we go. There's no sound to be shared. Are you getting this?
Yes.
So this is the Black Rock ad, and this kid, they pulled the kid from Bethlehem, PA, a few students from the program to be in this ad about how smart they are. You know what I mean?
That's
Look
the
at him.
okay.
That's him. Yes, that's him right there.
They look like they usually take them alive, but this time no, huh?
What do you mean they take him alive?
Those
This is
other people that
before the
go,
shooting, fella.
yeah, but I'm talking about in the
Oh,
end result.
oh, well, he's Peppermint Patsy.
Right, but usually they take them alive
Make him a patsy.
yeah, they run up on shoot senators and stuff like that. They kind of all look like that.
But they were probably mad because he missed. Somebody was like, kill that SOB. I don't think his job was to miss.
I yeah, I think it was. I think they put somebody up there that can't shoot.
Mm-hmm. And then he skinned his ear, or Trump had a razor blade in his hand and cut his own ear.
It looked like some WWE to me, so I don't know.
What about the other
You make
people
the
who died?
choice.
Rest their soul.
Some of them got
And
shot
condolences to their
because he
families.
can't shoot.
So the plan was to put this kid up here who can't shoot at all, which it was known that he couldn't shoot, couldn't make the rifle team. Kill innocent people, and then Trump, you're gonna cut you. We're gonna have this guy who can't shoot at all. We're gonna trust him not to unluckily shoot you. All right. It's just your plan. All right. I'm not gonna discount your plan. That's what you're saying happened. Everybody's got theories here. I'll tell you one thing. It's weird. I have never, man, when I first watched the tape, bro, and we're gonna cover this next week, so we probably should leave some meat on the bone,
Yeah,
but
we
more
should just
information
probably
is coming out.
I know more information is gonna come out, and he's probably a better shooter than we think.
How many shots did somebody get off? There was a lot of shots, bro. I didn't think at Drop Dead Gorgeous William H. Ray School for all the smarter public school students in the city of Chicago. They never told me that a former sitting president, somebody I could allegedly get off 6, 7 shots. Bro, and people were like, we thought it was fireworks.
It was 4 or 5, they were saying, but it's 6, 7 now. It's coming out.
Yeah. All right. But we're on, and in case you guys missed it, last week we did Ancestral Echoes. It was a glamping music fest by, and big ups to Midwest Festivals. That's who, the main sponsors and all the other sponsors. Second annual. All right. It's a recap. Great time. Check out the show. We had DJs pop on and, members.
Yes. It was a wonderful experience. And Mr. Rio Love was in attendance.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, he had a work thing, but hold on. I think he's gonna come on, but it's gonna be okay, bet. All right, bet. All right, we'll wait. Well, he said he just need extra 15 minutes to get back to the crib. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
That's cool. It's probably better than the car, right? Because you know how that is.
Yeah.
We don't, we don't want him to drive off the road or anything. Then somehow we're held responsible. You know what I mean? He was on live at the Self Luv Show. You know what I mean? He was on live, with the Self Luv Show. They responsible.
Everything can be messed up.
Yeah.
Even if they can't keep us responsible, it's going to be messed up, though.
And the views expressed in this evening's podcast are those of the hosts, guests, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN. Or any of its affiliates. And I'm going to take this time to give a shout out to air quotes,
Yeah, big ups to air quotes.
Yeah.
They be on top of it.
Yeah. You haven't subscribed to air quotes. Air quotes tell true vision. You know what I mean? You can watch Tell Live Vision all you want.
Plenty of it.
All right, bro. This is the last story I'm gonna tell. We're killing a little time here, but it's okay because we got more of a show we're gonna go to here in a second. But I'm just spacing out the time killage. So, 2007, I got a job at this company. It was for 2,000 employees there. All year they had been putting in tickets. They had to accomplish certain goals, and they earned little tickets, raffle tickets. It was a big band. 100, probably 80,000 raffle tickets in there. And I came in there off the streets, out of William H. Ray School. You know what I mean? I came in there shining off the street stuff. I'd been there, got out of training, been on the floor 4 days. I think I had 3 measly tickets in there. There was a big, shiny, prestigious TV. It was in flat screens first really coming out. It was, what does it call that? What do you call that? It was what do you call that type? Plasma screen. 2007, bro. Haven't had a problem with it. It sat there and it finally went out 2-3 days ago. Free TV. Oh, I won it, you guys. I won it. Won the raffle. Yeah. People offered me money, brought it home. That thing lasts 17 years out there. So,
well,
put it in the alley, right? Put it in the alley. Tasia was calling to have the peoples come get it. You know what I mean? It was 17 years we had. It was out there less than 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Some damn Ray I've never seen. Couldn't have been older than 12. Bless his heart. Big ups to his family and his parents. Some damn Ray I've never seen. Pulled up on his bike. Never seen him in the alley. I don't even know how I knew it was there. I've never seen him go down the street. Never seen him before in my life. Turned that TV over. I even told my wife when we put it down and let's face it towards the wall. So what? Somebody doesn't come, destroy the screen.
Right.
Oh, this is a matrix. It's an ether. I spoke it up. Less than 17 minutes, Self. Ray came over there and started stomping on the TV and tore it up. Yeah, for no reason. Ray.
Blow it up.
Ray.
Oh my!
He didn't look poor. He didn't look destitute. You know what I mean? It was a brand new bike. He had nice clothes on. You know what I mean? He looked like his parents are doing the best they can.
I thought somebody was picking the TV up.
No, that's you. Ray pulled up. I ain't never seen Ray, man. I ain't never seen this kid, man. And we don't call him Pookas and Rays. We're just having fun. Because he wasn't a Ray. Damn, it hurt itself. Don't say it.
I didn't say anything. I wasn't going to say anything. I just...
Yeah. I got it on video. Yeah. Taser videotaped it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We might get it over the air quotes, see if he can have some fun with it.
Well, I mean, hey.
Yeah. You can blur about the face and, Yeah. All right. So, tonight it's about Rio Love. He's a music producer, Chi-Town bred and born. We're going to discuss with him how he came up, what it was like back in those times. And we're going to break down the more growth and development platform with him. See how he feels about certain things. We've got questions. We question everything over here on the Self Luv Show. All right, I think we stalled enough time where we can push on, huh? Karen, there's another video. Big ups to TATN. Can you roll that video right quick? Still standing.
Let's make sure we're in that.
Should be the next one. Still standing is the name of this one. And we're going to have some banter.
FBI is investigating the attack on former President Trump as an assassination attempt, but it is yet to determine a motive.
I was sitting there and I was like, just thinking about whether I should do it or not.
Did you shoot him?
Yes.
What kind of gun did you use?
A Glock 45.
In surveillance videos played in court from outside this historic black church in June of 2015, we see the faces of the 9 parishioners Roof is accused of killing.
Racist, anti-immigrant, and anti-Semitic beliefs. Among them was a desire to drive all people not of European descent from the United
Move you in
States.
the dark for a minute.
Dozens of pages of anti-Semitic racist memes, repeatedly citing the Great Replacement conspiracy theory, frequently pushed by white supremacists.
The FBI identified the shooter as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, where he opened fire, wounding Mr. Trump, killing a rally goer, and seriously wounding 2 others.
Right.
Researchers have found an interesting
bantered on
connection
that.
from the.
We already bantered on
The
that.
new study found that
That's
kids with
my theory. Someone's trying to start a race war. So, not saying it was him per se, or any of those patsies that they lay out there, but trying to start a race war. And Mario, we're gonna leave you in the back, bro. We'll get you on here shortly.
Yes, sir.
All right, appreciate you. All right. So let's go ahead and move on since he's here. We only got one more to show y'all. We'll skip the other one. Let's see. Is this Hokey Pokey? I don't know. Roll the next one, Karen. I think it's Hokey Pokey. Fair use. Oh, yeah.
Researchers have found an interesting connection from the COVID vaccine and asthma. A new study found that kids with asthma were less symptomatic when they lived in communities with higher COVID vaccination rates. Health and wellness reporter Lauren Petty has more.
A new study found a reason why kids with asthma may have reached for their inhalers less by living in certain communities.
In communities where there are higher COVID vaccination rates, there are fewer kids who have asthma symptoms.
Dr. Lakshmi Halasamani co-authored the study that looked at statewide COVID vaccination rates and compared parent-reported symptoms for asthmatic children before the COVID vaccine.
Then we looked at what were the rates of parental reporting of children's asthma symptoms post-vaccination, and we found a significant decrease.
Illinois, for example, with a vaccination rate of 75% in 2020-2021, saw a drop in reported asthma symptoms in kids by 1.5%. For every 10 percentage point increase in the COVID vaccination rate by state, the researchers saw a 0.36% decrease in the prevalence of asthma symptoms among kids.
Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, 0.36%.
You can stop it there. Yeah, no, that's good. 0.36%. They can come out here and push these numbers, and if you've said some numbers that are allegedly higher than 0.36, if you said your science, your pseudoscience, they banned this video. But what's your thoughts on that video? I meant to not say anything and just let you respond, and I didn't.
It's absolutely asinine. Come on now. For them to even make that a statistic, for them to even waste their time and ability on that is ridiculous. And it's still promoting the jab.
The pokey. So they're saying stuff that the pokey can make you feel better, but anybody who comes out there and says the pokey might have led to Bronny James situation, you know what I mean? Well, I don't know if Bronny took the pokey, but I'm saying
Yes, he took the pokey.
I mean, we don't know if he took the pokey. We don't know. Sierra Canyon.
They make you take the pokey.
I do the hokey pokey and I turn myself about. That's what it's all about. Jab. Yeah, I think that's scientific tyranny, if there's such a thing, because this is all the shadow government is doing. I just found it for myself, it was hypocritical. When I saw that video, I said, son of a, you know what I mean? Like, and it's all over YouTube. And if anybody else did it, there'll be a disclaimer. There'll be somebody said this lady with the mole in between her. Was that a mole or a dot in between her eyes?
I don't know. She's an actress. It doesn't matter.
Reading the script?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. All right. Scientific tyranny, as far as we're concerned. We're not big science over here. We did a whole show on all these guys, and then that $1 trillion company's got this alleged patsy, over there smart, and then he said he went to the JUCO. The math don't be mathing. It's this kid at the JUCO, and they said he got the job they alleged he had. So something was wrong with him, and his dad apparently knew. We're not going to say he's a Manchurian candidate. We're not going to say that.
He's very Manchurian candidate-like, but we won't say that he's a Manchurian candidate because. Oh, wait
Then
a
they
minute.
said he
I
was
did
getting.
earlier.
Well, they said he was getting bullied. They said he was getting bullied, but I didn't see any copper colors around him in any of the video. It didn't even look like there was any copper colors in this area. Like, why do you
I'm
hate?
sure there wasn't. I'm sure there wasn't.
She's never understood.
We need to check his background. There's some other military in his family.
Yeah.
He's owned by the military.
Yeah. All right. All right. So yeah. All right. So let's get at it, man. So we got Rio Love. He's going to talk his method, process, hurdles, and his shy life. But we do have a riddle because your mind is a terrible, terrible, terrible thing to waste. Terrible. Barkley self. Do your Barkley.
It's terrible. It's terrible. It's Charles Barkley terrible. It's terrible.
Let's hear Barkley talk about how your mind's a terrible thing to waste while I'm putting this in the clip. All right, there we go. In the windy city where jazz and blues flow, I stand tall and proud with stories to show. From the south side to the loop, I see it all. From summer's heat to winter's snowfall. What am I? In the windy city where jazz and blues flow and the thumpers flow, I stand tall and proud with stories to show. From the south side to the loop, I see it all. From summer's heat to winter's snowfall. What am I? All right, y'all. If y'all think y'all know it, go ahead and drop it into the chat. Looks like Brother Wordsmith's processing. Our guest, if he can come up with it, he's free to type it in our comments back here on Zoom, and then we'll confirm if he's smarter than Justin Fields. You know what I mean? If he would have been in the slow classes at William H. Ray School, if we would have given him a big headphone and banished him there. So, yeah. All right. Did you get it? You still process?
Yeah.
All right. All right, Dan. No worry. Enough of the appetizers out there. Let's
quench the self-love nation's thirst.
Thanks, bro. And it's Karen, there's a promo video, and it's an AI self, just so you know. Yeah. Your friend Chat GTP came up with that there about your city.
Yeah, whatever. Uh-oh.
Should be able to just hit that next arrow in there.
Yeah, I don't see it because of the things.
Who reported?
We already answered the riddle. Appreciate that. Next week, we have a gentleman who was at Ancestral Echoes.
Hey bros, what's going on? This is Cotton. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Do you still have them? Got mine.
All right, bro. So appreciate y'all running that. All right, so we started this show after we watched George Floyd get kneed out for 9 minutes. So we're here to vibrate and express love. We're Copper Foundational, Copper Americans first. Not that we're against anyone else. So, we started at the bottom. Now we're here. And so you may hear things that you may think offend you, but we love everyone. But love and respect is a two-way boulevard out there. Well, love isn't, but I'll tell you what, respect is definitely a two-way boulevard. Huh?
Actual and factual.
Yeah. So that's the purpose. And finally, it's here to tell our own story so that maybe years from now, when we're ancestors, our progeny can, have a comfortable place to come hear our voices where we weren't arguing and, debating, just expressing and building upon one another's wisdom and information. So without further ado, we're honored to go ahead and bring our guest, Mr. Rio Love, to the building so we can, yeah, man. Met my brother.
What up,
What's going on, man? Handle your business,
man?
Self Love.
Slow motion, slow motion. What's going on, fellas?
Man, we doing
So
what we do, man. We doing what we do.
Yes, sir.
Everything.
Yes, sir. So I do apologize. I'm driving. Work ran a little over.
That's cool,
But
bro.
I am
no
here.
worries.
I am here.
You here, bro. Just, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you keep your eyes on the road, bro.
Yes, sir. Well, especially with the weather that happened and the winds and the trees
Man.
down, and
Whew.
you know, I feel like I'm playing Frogger in the car.
I know you are, because it's crazy out there.
Hey, that's like driving.
Absolutely.
That's like driving through downtown LA on a Saturday night, man. It can get wicked if you hit Skid Row.
Oh yeah, look, I've been downtown LA on a Saturday night. I know already.
Yeah, obstacles in the road. You gotta be on your game. All right, bro.
Yes,
So
sir.
man, we appreciate you doing this, man. And let's go ahead and hop to it,
I
bro.
appreciate you having me. Absolutely.
No worries. So what generation were you born? You know, like X or whatever.
Oh,
like,
I'm X. I'm X all day.
All right. So where were you born? Like, where did you come up at? And if you could briefly talk about what it was like, you know, growing up there.
So born and bred in Chicago. Growing up in Chicago was love. You know, I grew up in the era of 72-hour house parties, music box, warehouse. You know, Chicago when I was young was a fun city to grow up in. You know, as I've gotten older, you know, Chicago's not the city that it used to be. And it's sort of kind of disappointing now.
It's funny you say that, bro, because people in LA are saying that about LA too, that it's not the same city. You know, you just wonder, man. And we'll get more into like where I think it's driving at, but a lot of it is that No Child Left Behind. You can only hold them back 1 year, and then after that, you just push them through. You know, hey man, if
It's
I
more
gotta
than
keep
that.
pushing,
They've disrupted the so-called middle class everywhere, and it's changing everything.
And what was left of itself, as far as the small business, probably got knocked out during that scam, the Peter pandemic.
And a lot of it before that. I mean, Walmart, Target, and all these things came into existence that wiped out a lot of mom and pop. So it's just a lot of it.
So did you grow up on out west or on the south side, Rio?
South Shore, South Side.
All right, South Shore.
Okay,
right.
that's where I grew up. It's my whole that's where I'm.
71st and Dorchester is where I grew up at.
There you go, Self.
Oh, he over there. Okay, he right over by Coach. 71st and Dorchester.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Can you provide the Self Love Nation with any sayings or colloquialisms that you live by that you may have heard as a shorty, you know, maybe from the elders, any ancestors, or from, you know, could have been older guys on the block?
Les Brown, and I'm paraphrasing, so y'all got to excuse me. But if you live your life easy, your life will be hard. But if you live your life hard, your life will be easy.
Love
so
it.
meaning if you always taking the easy route, the easy road, trying to skate and whatever have you to sort of kind of make a quick buck, whatever have you, in the end, your life's gonna be hard. You know, you're gonna look up, you're gonna be our age, you know, you're gonna be in your 50s, 60s, no retirement, not pot to piss in, the window throw it out of, et cetera, et cetera. Versus if you put in the work early, then when you become 50, 60 years old, you can enjoy the fruits of your labor and you don't have to work as hard.
Amen to that. Sacrifice means to make holy, y'all. Sacrifice means to make holy. So one more time, you said if you live your life easy,
your life will be hard.
And if you live your life hard, your life will be easy.
Your life will be easy, right? And I'm paraphrasing, but yeah,
and and it seems like living your life hard, it's a choice. At least is there some sort of sense of control there,
right? I mean, you putting the work in early,
right?
You know, so because you putting the work in early, you're doing what you're supposed to do, whatever that looks like. That doesn't necessarily mean school for everybody. So it may be trade for everybody. It may be entrepreneurship. It may be whatever have you. But it's still about putting in that work. And,
Yeah.
the sooner you put in that work, think about the parable of the ant and the grasshopper. Grasshopper sort of kind of chilled, did whatever, hey, look, I'm just going to XYZ and I'm not going to work hard. The ant out there grinding, storing food up, getting prepared.
You're right.
Well, when the winter dropped, the grasshopper like, yo, what I'm going to do? The ant like, hey, I'm chilling. I got my stores. I got everything that I need because I worked hard to make sure I had it when I need it.
That's good stuff, bro. That's great stuff. So, who do you credit the most for helping you to survive Chicago? I don't like saying it like that because, like, it was fun. It was cool coming up in the shot. But how to survive Chicago and the challenges, some of the challenges in our community that, we may be facing, some of the traumas that we may come across. So who do you credit most for helping you, make it through?
There is no. I credit the village that I was surrounded by. There is no one person. Every person in my village brought something to the table to assist me in moving to that next level. When I was young, and because I grew up in the neighborhood I grew up in, I wanted to be part of the neighborhood, so I wanted to join the gang. And that cat who I grew up with, like, man, this life ain't for you. You got too much going. This ain't what you want. That cat who had that conversation with me. I had one guy. He was like, one of the old heads in my neighborhood. He stopped me. He was like, "Give me your bike." And I'm looking at him like, "What?" Because I'm a shorty. And he like, "Give me your bike." And so I went to go get off my bike. He said, "Man, don't you ever give nobody nothing." He said, "You fight for yours." Those lessons that you run across, though they may be, and once again, you never know the lessons that you're going to get from who. So it's just the village that I've come across help shape the person that I am.
Hey, that's well said. And to anyone that's listening, these are great words, bro. You also have to be in tune to the village best you can.
And I had a similar.
Don't reject that information.
Yeah, I had a similar experience because, when the guys were trying to recruit me or whatever, the people calling was like, no.
Yeah, this guy's got a future.
Yeah, you little Greg, you hoop.
Yeah.
You're an athlete. No.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right, big ups to the village, bro. Big ups to the village, bro. All right, let's keep it moving, man. So we're sitting with Rio Love, producer. So now we're getting into the platform questions. I'm gonna throw it to Brother Wordsmith. He's gonna take you through the more growth and development platform questions, bro.
Sound like a plan.
Appreciate it. Hey, you guys, please like, share, subscribe, share this link. This brother's dropping some jewels. Absolutely impressed.
Yes. Choosing between education, spirituality, and financial literacy, which tenet do you feel is the most important for ending poverty?
Okay, so my choices are financial literacy, education, and I'm sorry, what was the last one?
Spirituality.
Financial literacy. Spirituality is good, but and I'm gonna leave it at spirituality is a good thing, and I'll leave it at that. But the thing that our environment, and once again, I do apologize for the background noise. I'm just getting something in.
You good?
We are learned to work. We are taught, especially as minorities, to work for our money. We are not taught how to make our money work for us.
Absolutely.
When think about middle class, think about when we were growing up as children of the 70s, 80s, 90s, etc. When the corporate dollar, so to speak, or the powers that be withdrew their money out of our neighborhoods, think about how our neighborhoods went down because they took the resources with them. So now the resources are taken away, and we don't have the literacy to figure out how to create our own resources. We're basically like, okay, now what? So we watch our neighborhoods. Remember 87th Street? We had Cam and Nate's. We had all these black businesses down 87th Street. We had all these black businesses when we were growing up in so many locations. Can you name a black business now in your neighborhood? They're very few and far between. Versus growing up, we had that infrastructure, but that goes back to the destruction of the middle class. When you know, if you only have rich and poor, there is no balance. The middle class was the balance between rich and poor, you know, and if we had financial literacy, then we would become self-sufficient, and then we could grow our own neighborhoods, and the gentrification and et cetera that goes on wouldn't go on. One quote that I always remember by Rockefeller: the best time to buy is when there's blood in the streets. That's what's going on now in Chicago. It's blood in the streets, and you see all these corporations buying homes. Not people, it's corporations buying homes. So they're even cutting that avenue of wealth off from the people who live in that community, or from the middle class, or so on and so forth.
Facts. And it's really mainly a couple of companies, you know, BlackRock and damn, I can't think of the other one. But they're buying up a lot of.
Well, look at the reverse mortgages. That's the biggest hustle of all, getting these properties.
Man, yeah, you're not lying about that.
You know, it's, hey, you can live in your house till you pass on, and then we'll take care of everything. And then if your family wants to buy it back, hey, this is what you owe us. And it's one lump sum. Ain't no, you know, if you can get the finance for it, cool, but we want our lump sum of X, Y, and Z dollars to get this property back. Other than that, it falls, you know, and then these corporations can take these homes and sit on these homes without putting work into these homes for however, as long as they're paying the taxes on it and that whole thing, they're fine.
Okay, so all right, so let's change it, right? Everyone's complaining about that, so we have to get some laws involved where the corporations can't do it. My solution is to charge these corporations and these bigger companies and these bigger, like, rich people, if they're not American citizens, charge them twice as much for the property. Yeah, you want to let it sit, you want to charge people high rent, we're going to charge you twice as much, and your property tax is going to be twice as much as our American citizens pay. The ones who are, you know, fighting wars and dying all these years and paying all these taxes all these years. So let's put a stop to that. I don't like that. Everyone, because I have these conversations with people of all different walks of life, and they say the same thing you brought up. That's a problem, and it's driving up the prices of these homes, and people can't get a starter home. We got to stop it. You know, let's put our phones down and stop it. And to your first point, you started off, bro, by saying, okay, so the literacy,
financial literacy,
absolutely. So if we, I remember, I talk about my time at Ray School. There was a lot of so-called Jewish people who attended there, and people had money over there in Hyde Park, bro. And they didn't really flash it at all. But the point I'm making is I remember some of those kids saying, yeah, my grandma bought me like stock and Nike. You understand, bro? I remember them giving me those tips and telling me that, bro. And you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? And then, like, to your point, there was I couldn't go to the barber like, hey, let's all go buy stock in Nike. I guess I could have, but you know, yeah, financial literacy, bro. My bad, Joe.
Right. No, you're good. I mean, most of us don't understand how the stock market even works. You know, most of us don't understand how to, we know how to work for our dollar.
And
We
then
don't
go
know
buy
how to.
and then go buy Nike. And then go buy
Yep.
Nike
Yep.
instead of Nike stock.
Exactly. Because if I buy Nike stock, now my dollar's working for me.
That's
Whether I'm up,
huge
sleep.
change.
Exactly. I can be up, sleep, whatever I'm doing, my dollar is steady working.
So think about it. Think about it. We have the capacity to work and get the money. However you get it, I'm not going to knock you. But and then some of us, not all of us, whether we're hustling, lumping proletariats, however we get it, inherited, sold a property, came up, salary, whatever. Many of us, because we're the biggest consumers in some nations, as 13% of us here in this country, many of us, bro, we could go down to the Gucci store and pay full price, for a Gucci bag when it comes out, $5,000-$6,000, get on Instagram and talk about it. But we can't process sitting down our children and saying, hey, look, son, daughter, I could take you to this Gucci store and you can have this bag and you can go impress your friends, or you can go to school and tell your friends that I'm working hard right now so that my life is easy down the road. And here's my stock in Gucci.
Here, I had a conversation in my old neighborhood with a couple of the guys in the neighborhood who were doing whatever in the neighborhood. And, the one thing I always heard him say was, oh yeah, this is my block, this is my block, this is my block. And so I pressed the question about it. I said, well, the building that you're living in or the home, who owns it? Usually it was some company or whatever have you owns it. I said, okay, let's go here. If you and your associates pooled your money together and actually start truly buying the block, wouldn't that at that point it truly would be your block?
It would truly be your block. Yes.
Right.
Take care of these buildings. Yes. You got these. Yeah. Go ahead, bro. My bad. Go ahead. Yes.
No worries. So then I took it even further. I said, so now your perceived enemies on the blocks 2 blocks over, if you bought their blocks, what could they do at that point?
Nothing.
Because now you have the control.
Now
you have the control.
Evict.
Exactly. So you actually at that point control the block. And that's true. It's truly at that point your block. And it legitimizes you at this point.
And you're going to realize how doing all this dumb stuff on your block is costing you money.
Because now you have true skin in the game.
Yes. Yep. But see, when the brothers, you had some old heads that were building like that, but then they got pulled off the street and, thrown with the RICO charges and everything like that.
Right.
So,
right.
So that they wouldn't grow as powerful as these white supremacists, these skinheads, they were calling them, and stuff like that. These neo-Nazi groups who they left alone. You know what I mean? They pretty much left alone, and now they're able to, it's a whole nother story, but now they've grown so politically powerful and astute. And stuff.
I mean, this is what I explained to them. I said, you know who Joe Kennedy is? And they're like, no. I said, well, that's the patriarch of the Kennedys. I said, he started as a bootlegger.
Selling crack, basically.
Period.
He was selling alcohol. This was back in the day.
I know it was alcohol,
so
but it was illegal. Basically,
exactly.
He was selling crack, something illegal.
Exactly. So now, but the Kennedys now is the most, it's what we consider our royal family of the state. This is the closest thing we have to a royal family is the Kennedys.
The whole country was founded by the worst of the West.
I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's changing your mindset. It's truly changing your mindset at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
It's what you go through to do what you do on the block. If you put that same energy into truly investing into the block, the dividends, the return would be 12-fold. without the hazards that come with whatever you're doing on the block.
And 1,000%, bro. And we'll take it a step further. You guys should form a block club and take out over life insurance policies on one another. You know what I mean? Since you're about that life and you know you're either going to be dead or in jail, you're out there just people run up on you shooting. Man, you should have a $1 million life insurance policy so that your guys can buy the block in the event that you die.
Well, I mean, but it's so many ways to, and once again, I'm not trying to glorify any lifestyle. That's not what I'm trying to do.
No.
But my point being is the mindset. There needs to be a change in the mindset.
100%. 100%.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Brother Rio,
Yes,
how
sir.
can America finally push past racism?
This is a good question after what just happened. Go ahead, bro.
They have to first accept that it exists. You have
Wow.
I mean,
Thanks.
you hear the narrative constantly. Oh, there is no such thing as racism. There's no more racism in America. You have to first admit that it exists, and then go from there.
I can't say much more than that.
Facts. Well, in light of that, speak to us your opinion of reparations. And what does it look like?
So I think the argument of reparations is narrow-minded, because reparations is geared or focused on the United States when most of the world had a part in what we're trying, it had a part in slavery. The Dutch, the French, the English, the Middle East, what I'm saying? I mean,
the World Bank.
Right. So I mean, it needs to be a larger conversation. But once again, that goes back to my first statement is you have to first admit that there is a problem before you can address the problem. It's let's get past it. Let's sweep it under the rug. Let's act like it didn't happen. If you go down to Texas, they're rewriting if you go down south, they're rewriting the history books to where we are unpaid indentured servants versus slaves. So they're trying to nice it up, and the thing about it is they're playing the long game. So whereas my generation, the millennials, probably the Gen Zers, will still know what the actual facts are. As we continue to grow down the generations, the future generations will accept what's being fed to them now as true. If we're not diligent in making sure that so let me just take it back a little bit, because this when it goes into education versus reparations, because first we have to know ourselves. Most of us don't know our history. Most of us don't know the positive things that we were done. Think about it when we were in school. We were slaves. Abraham Lincoln's freed the slaves. Martin Luther King, through nonviolent actions, gained our civil rights, and now we're good to go. Paraphrasing once again.
Right.
Versus you're not getting the stories of the Marcus Garveys, the Malcolm X's, the Benjamin Banneker's, the scientists, the astronauts, but not even the political, but just the scientists, the mathematicians, you know what I'm saying? You're not getting our true you're not getting the fact that we invented the washing machine, that we invented the stoplights.
We took cars to another level. That's where NASCAR came from. Bootlegging liquor.
Right. You wouldn't have a light bulb if Lewis Lattimore didn't invent the filament.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have
for the light bulb.
cars. I mean, it's almost everything.
We've had a hand in it because we've helped build this nation. So we've had a hand in progressively making it better for everyone, you know. And but if you go to kids nowadays and you actually ask them questions about their heritage and their history in America, they couldn't tell you anything.
Okay,
But
Rio,
go ahead.
I've asked multiple, not just children. I say when 25 and under, between 13 and 25, who would you put on your African American Mount Rushmore? I said no athletes, no entertainers, and they cannot think of one. I'm talking about, you mentioned Dr. King and Malcolm X, bro. It's deteriorated where they can't even just say Dr. King, Malcolm X. They can't. They won't. They can't. Anyone. To your point.
But now I as a parent take partial responsibility.
Amen.
Because I should, if that's not what the educational system is teaching them, I should supplement that and teach them that history.
With questions
and
like
if
that.
You don't,
and we got to go way beyond. We got to go way beyond what we were taught because.
Well, you're Choctaw.
Yeah, some of the
black.
Well, black is nobody's black and nobody's white. So so I'm not even black. I'm not African.
Choctaw.
My people are from here, both sides.
Indigenous, indigenous.
But we got to go further than what they teach us because the people that they place up there, they teach us the same ones year after year after year after year, which is ridiculous when there's so many to pick from. That it should be rotation. It should be rotated every few years. You hear about somebody, not every year. It's ridiculous.
But the biggest thing that was stole from us was our identity. And I didn't realize that until I went to Africa earlier this year. When the Africans introduce themselves, they don't just introduce themselves. They also give you the names of their ancestors as well as telling you their name.
Facts.
So you sit there for about 2 minutes with them naming their great-great-grandfather, their great-grandfather, their grandfather, their father. You sit there and listen to, and you're sitting there like, all I got is Scott. All I got is my last name. Because when you lack identity, you lack purpose, and you lack understanding of who you are. The identity was stripped purposely because, we run around here and we try to identify, but we have no connection because we have no, it's like, okay, if I do an ancestry, right? Okay, they may go, you're from this region, you're from this region, and you're from this region, but they can't tell me that the people who I'm related to, what's their last name in Africa in that region.
Yeah, the DNA stuff, it says for entertainment purposes only. So it can't really tell you where your people were. It can tell you who you kind of related to.
Exactly.
But not
it can't
where
be,
they
it's
are.
not precise.
No, because they only identifying you from these areas because those are the samples that they have from that area.
Exactly.
Doesn't mean that they were there.
I mean, it's one of those things is we have to get back to finding our identity. It's if you talk to other cultures, they can, I can trace all the way back to the Ming Dynasty. I can trace all the way back to Muhammad. I can trace all the way. I can trace back to my great grandfather.
Well, I feel you on that.
But
I've found my personal experience going through records and not using DNA. You can go back further than you think. You really can, especially if you can get back to your great grandfather.
Yeah, but you only know what somebody wrote down on paper, bro. You just know what they wrote on paper, bro. You having faith. Well, somebody could have wrote down anything, man. That's his daddy. That's what was going on back. You don't really know.
Some
Well,
of
I
it.
mean, and also, well,
You
also
don't
too,
know.
you
Even
got
if
to
you go back to what he's saying to his great grandfather, you're going to start hearing about, well, that wasn't really his dad and stuff like that. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead, man.
We have
right.
heard that
No,
and
yeah.
seen it.
I mean, not to mention the fact that if you're talking about during the time of slavery, you know, the slave owner is not going to claim the child of of a slave woman. So you know what I'm saying? It's
Excellent.
you know, and here's the thing that especially in America, you are mixed with more than one thing. There's a whole lot going on with our DNA, you know. I so it's we try to create identity because we have no identity to relate to.
Facts.
That's just my opinion on it, you know.
Facts.
And I think that is one of our biggest problems is we have so we because that's I think that's what keeps us all over the place and keeps us divided. So I was in South Africa, and you know they have three races in South Africa. They have blacks, coloreds, and then the Afrikaans, which are white. So what they did, what the Afrikaans did with the blacks and the coloreds, so they treated the coloreds, which were lighter, look more like me, better than they did the blacks.
Yeah, the high
So
yellow.
like
We do that in America.
and it's right. And so
They
that's the
learned it from
conversation we
us.
had.
They learned it
Right.
from
That's
us.
that's the conversation that we had.
Yeah,
I was talking
sent
to
us to
somebody.
South Africa.
Look, South Africa was an amazing place because it was so many parallels to the United States. So they're only 30 years out of apartheid. So I see South Africa 30 years out of apartheid when things are a little bit still more aggressive. The opportunities for blacks and colors are still not where they should be, except even though it's a beautiful place. I tell anyone to visit there. But you see a lot of parallels between the US and South Africa. And you see apartheid 30 years out and the struggles that they're going through only 30 years out of apartheid. You know, so I mean, I was at a shanty town called Langa. You know, you're talking about a whole community that was built with tinfoil and wood, no electricity. They have outhouses instead of they have porta potties that they don't empty for a month at a time. And not each individual house. No, there's like a porta potty set in a sector, and everybody uses that porta potty.
Oh my God.
You know, they're bootlegging they're bootlegging electricity. So they'll pay somebody a couple of dollars to climb up a pole and try to run a line so people are getting electrocuted. Because I mean, it's a hodgepodge on the electrical pole for electricity. You know, but the crazy thing about it is they still seem happy.
Of course.
And they still have purpose.
Of course. You started out saying, you know, you were happy. It didn't matter how much we had, like back in the 70s, you know, like people were happy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I still hear some of these young guys that once they get off the porch and start doing nonsense in the street, when they get interviewed and people ask them how was it growing up, even today, they say they were happy. Like it was fun, you know, like, so this choice is being made. But let me ask you this, man, before we take a short break.
Sure. Sure.
What can we do as copper colored Americans to protect our women and children? What can we do better, or what can we do?
Respect first. There has to be respect for our women. It has to be respect for our kids. It has to be accountability. I mean, if the vernacular is calling women bees and hoes and so on and so forth, how do you garner respect for that woman? You know, it was a time. I mean, remember in the 70s when we were protective of our women, when you couldn't just openly hit a woman without men stepping up to be like, hey, whoa, hold on, man,
Right.
That's not what you about to do.
Frags, not up in here.
You know, right? That's not what not here. And all the men would stand up to defend that woman. You know, no one opens the door. Like, no one opens the door for a woman anymore. You know, there is no courtesy. Simple things. Respect, courtesy. Hey, to 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 still admire our women and understand how to cherish our women versus the oh no, black women. It's always black women to this, black women to that. Not realizing they struggling just as hard, if not worse, sometimes than we are. We all struggling. And what do you gain by putting the black woman down, or for that matter, the black man? What do you gain by putting either or down? All you do is you create the narrative that, especially if it's in the public eye, that now everybody looks at her that way, not just the community.
100%. And that's something I don't mention, bro, when I say why we do this channel, because this channel is, we do our very best not to just show us at our lowest. Like, we won't cover like P. Diddy, stuff like that. When people are dragging us through, like, no, but let one of them do something. We'll be on their ass. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, like this pink SOB that took a shot at Donald Trump. We'll be on his butt. We'll be on his family's butt. Like, where were his parents? And his dad called the Secret Service right after it happened, man. But
here's my thing, just real quick on that piece. At the end of the day, look at who runs the legislation for him to have an AR-15 in the first place. The NRA, they're strong lobby. And I get it. I mean, we were built on, that's what helped win the Revolutionary War was militias. So I get it. And I mean, I believe that people should learn survival, because I say today, tomorrow, the next day, if the grid is taken out, what happens next? If you don't know how to forage, hunt, gather, et cetera, you're in a world of hurt. Exactly. You in a world of hurt.
Purify water.
You in a world of hurt. So, but it's I hate where we're at right now, because once upon a time, like we talked about earlier in Chicago's nothing but love. And now all I see around me is hate. And it's exhausting. It's absolutely exhausting.
Hey, I'll tell you this. And then we're about to take a short break, bro. But not that I'm saying maybe that'll help, but I'll tell you what's different. I used to see more people like going to church. Now, I'm not talking about whether you're going to be Bible clutching or, and I'm not talking about the churches haven't changed, but I used to see, like I see other communities on a Sunday or Saturday, whatever Sabbath may be, they still congregate, bro. They still get together with their families and show their kids how to dress up and come or be around people and show them how to act, instead of just seeing people in the street doing stuff, instead of just seeing people at school in a controlled environment around the adults and the men, and the women can be around older women and teach them that that's not acceptable. You know what I mean? Like, maybe on a Saturday night, but not here, and so
right.
Also, bro, I used to hear gospel music, bro. I did it, bro. I'm just telling you what I remember. I used to hear, like, wasn't just rap music coming out of cars or disco.
I agree.
Yeah, bro. And you just, and if you, man, it's just been removed. And me and Tori have talked about this. Last thing, and I'll throw it back to you, is that whether or not you believe as an adult, they put that in us so that we wasn't hopping off the porch at 14 when we had all that testosterone and we didn't know better. And so you had that fear of God in you too. It wasn't just fear of family and men, and it was that fear of God too. Boy, you going to hell. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
You understood repercussions.
Yeah.
The one thing that church taught you is there was an action for your action.
Yes.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal.
Yes.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not lie. Yes.
Exactly. There was a action for
Fornicate.
your look. There was a consequence for each action that you committed.
So you're committing murder,
And-
you're fornicating, and you got backdoored by the girl.
But it's okay because but realize this. Understand how strong the family unit was in the 40s, 50s. Okay, let's go here. Understand how strong the family unit was during segregation.
Mm-hmm.
When we
That
had
story's
to
tough.
rely on our own neighborhood
On us.
for everything.
Man, imagine
Exactly.
right after Reconstruction, same thing, Reconstruction. We had nothing but us.
And we had that before they came here.
Right.
We had
Now
all
imagine
of that before they came here.
Now imagine
Allegedly.
the 60s, 70s when family was still the most important thing. And then and hopefully I'm not being too controversial here. And then let's throw public aid in where the man couldn't be in the house for you to get public aid.
You're not. You're right up our alley. Will Smith's been saying this for years.
We grew up in the same neighborhood, so you know what I mean. That's the way it goes. Damn.
So why couldn't there be welfare? Because if a family was struggling, why did the male have to be removed in order for you to get benefits?
Well, they didn't remove the male off of the farm and out of the
It was all by design.
The trailer park. They didn't move them.
Yeah, the farmers.
Once again, I pose the question to you. Have to answer that for yourself.
It's all by design.
I pose the question. Oh,
yeah, he's just posing the question.
Yeah. I'm answering it.
Hey, bro, we're gonna take a quick 6-minute break and then come back for about another 40 minutes. All right.
Okay.
Yes, y'all. It don't stop. Self Love Show rocks on.
This is great stuff.
Yes, y'all. It's the same vibration in this neighborhood. You know what I mean? Even though he's a little bit on the other side out there.
Same vibration my ass. He was on 71st and Dorchester.
In the 70s, the same vibration.
I'm talking shit, man.
I'm just saying.
Right.
Not always, but in the 70s, I can get that mind state.
Yeah.
And
I'd say it's the South Side thing more so than the South Shore thing.
Yeah, it was in the 70s.
The things he's saying, you can't say that's people only from South Shore saying.
No. I'm not, but I'm just saying
you're suggesting
South Shore
it. I just want to be. You were
sides.
suggesting it, and I want to be clear.
No,
for
I was
not.
I was not suggesting that.
Pick up the South Shore. I don't need no problems. I'm just trying to be clear, making sure. You know what I mean? Pick ups.
I'm saying there's similar vibration in neighborhoods, and more than just, it's the area and the whole area, but.
Yeah, and the Mas Mariam effect. It's a lot of brothers running around there dropping knowledge.
Yeah. What year did they get that?
That's a good question. We covered that.
We did.
Karen looked that up during the break.
Yeah, because they wasn't always there, but they did make it happen. And we've been exploring and going on with Rio Love, and we're going to get into the expansion of his situation and how he gets down with his music in a few minutes. And we have some great videos.
You said this was going to be an explosive conversation there, fella.
Oh, yeah. That will edutain you to the max.
You know.
And we will see you when we get right back.
When I was about 5 years old, I had another dream. The room filled up with like this dark fluid, and there was a being there. I was trying to look up at him, and I knew his voice, but I did not know who it was. He said to me, if you could have anything in the world, what would it be? Now,
Right.
we were really poor, but I said to him, I want to know how everything works. He used his left hand and he opened up the door, and there was this mansion, big brown doors, and inside of it was
Yeah, we
this
could hear it.
crystalline flowers. And every time I tried to see his face, he would reach in and hand me another shape. And I was so fascinated because they didn't look like the platonic solids that I woke up from that dream. After that moment, anytime something strange would happen in a dream, I had the powers of inception, and I would find that mansion again, and I had access to all the knowledge. The proof of it is the 97 patents that I have now. That voice that I heard, that's my voice now.
Who's benefiting from allowing crime to fester?
Everyone that's heavily invested into private prisons. Every time it's a spike like this, they don't catch everybody, but they're catching people that they're newly introducing to the system most of the time.
They aren't vicious criminals.
No, they haven't done it before or what have you. So, especially the ones that get caught.
You got anything to add to that, little Nick, or we'll jump to the next one?
We'll jump to the next one.
So this is what I wanted to talk to you about. Can you define defund 12? I mean, the FOP, the Fraternal Order of Police, they all act ignorant.
No, they're ignorant. That's ignorant.
Even some of our government officials are redefining what I think the activists were mean by defund the police. So what does that mean?
It means stop overfunding the police. I mean, we're giving police level 4 body armor and helmets. And for all my people who know what level 4 is, that's military grade ARs. What civilian has military grade ARs? And if any civilian has a license for military grade ARs, why aren't they under supervision? So we're giving them enough money to be able to buy those high-class military-grade things, but there's orphan homes having to kick out orphans that are 15, 16 years old because they don't have enough money to be able to buy them housing and clothes and be able to pay the bills on that. Or they have people getting their lights cut off and being evicted right before Christmas. That money that's being used to buy level 4 can be used to buy level 2, and the extra money that's given to the police can be reinvested back into the government and dispersed for poor people like us.
What's going on? This is TATN. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.
Do you still have them?
Nobody in America ever admits to prejudice when they're on camera.
Brother, I'm wiping it though. I'm gonna wipe it.
That's
I'm
right.
I'm gonna say, hey.
Tori's oldest brother. Between us, Tori made me at Beta, and so he just wanted to say a few words before we let you go here.
Okay. Yeah, Brother Thomas, thank you so much for gracing us with your appearance, man. Grateful. You expanded our nation beyond belief. It's just a wonderful thing. And we would like to present you with the Self Luv Show first annual Ernest Lee Thomas Achievement Award.
Oh man.
It's apropos that you are the first recipient.
And Noop, we call it the Raj.
We're gonna call it the Raj.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Yeah, so we have it on order. So it's gonna come here. We're gonna show it to the show, and then myself or Tasia deliver it to you or ship it to you from there.
Thank you, brother.
Man, I thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format. Very solid. It don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real. Yeah. Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant. stuttering and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro,
They so ignorant, man.
Hey, but this platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made
for you
and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy
ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Yes, y'all. It don't stop. Self Love Show rocks on. We're back.
Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what
We've talked about early history and the more growth and development questions with Rio Love. And now we're going to get into the business of what he does and how he does it. Extra special edition with a producer. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. We back. We do it for our people. Hey guys, please like, share, subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're about to get into some art and some culture and then some esoteric stuff, man, that people don't talk about. You know what I mean? But I think it's as important as all of the linear stuff. Oh, I think I scared them away with the esoteric stuff. Yeah, wait for them to come back. Art and culture out there. Big ups to all the sponsors.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, bro. See if he's good. We can go ahead and hop back into it. Welcome back. Thank you.
My apologies about that.
Yeah, it happens, man. Life happens. All right. So as far as the production side, music and everything, what inspired you to become an actual producer, bro?
Well, I'm not a producer, I'm an artist.
Okay.
What I do is right now I write spoken word. And so that's how this track came about. Mr. Fingers was looking for spoken word to release on the track. And so this is a Mr. Fingers production, and I wrote the poetry for the actual track.
Got you. So you didn't make the music?
No. Mr. Fingers did that.
Big ups to Mr. Fingers. All right, so what inspired you to become an artist, to get into that side of it?
I've always been in the realm. Back in the day, I used to be on WKKC with Pink House, Barbecue Bobby, Walter Get Down Brown. So I have me and Ray Dilla. We had our own radio show on Monday nights. All of us used to sort of DJ and do a variety of things. And so I've been sort of kind of dabbling in this since I was probably about 12. It was just I had something to say. He liked what I had to say, and we put it to music.
You said spoken word.
Yes, sir.
Were you part of Literary X?
No.
So you never went down there and did anything?
No. I mean, I've been to rituals and stuff like that, and so there's a few of my pieces over the years. But yeah, I write a lot, but not all the time do people get to hear it. And especially, back in the day when poetry was hot, I could get up and sort of kind of perform. Nowadays, it's harder to find venues to sort of kind of perform at, as far as with the poetry.
Absolutely. how do you think being from Chicago has shaped or influenced everything you do, whether it's, artistically or, professionally?
I mean, it's who I am. Is what Chicago is what raised me. So that's what I know. And I always tell people the Chicago hustle goes a long way anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, Chicago grind, man, and
one of a kind,
and the
Yes,
neck
sir.
swivel.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
we got a side eye. You might think I'm not looking or paying attention, but you better believe.
When I was in the military. So when I was in the military, I was in Riverside, California, and I was talking to some young ladies. I had just got out of boot camp, and so about 9 dudes in blue, so we know how they rolling, walked up to me, like, "Yo, what's up, cuz?" And I'm like, "Okay." I'm looking at dude, and I'm like, "Okay, what's up?" Now, my heart is beating because nothing I can do with 9 people, but that Chicago kicked in, so I knew I had to keep my head about me. So, my man was like, "Yo, what's up?" And so I said, "Wait, hold on. Why y'all coming at me? I'm not from here." So, them cats are like, "Where you from?" I'm like, "Man, I'm from Chicago." So they're like, "Oh man, we heard Chicago crazy. Whoop the whoop the whoop." And we, after that point, we chopping it up. Oh man, you cool. And they walked on about their way.
Yeah.
Now, I wasn't aggressive about it. I wasn't nothing,
No. Yeah.
I just knew how I needed to play that situation.
Yeah. And what was going to happen is going to happen. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be anybody's female dog. And at the same time, I'm not Superman out here.
Exactly. I mean, it wasn't nothing I could do. If y'all decide to do it, it is.
I don't have a big capital N as in Nancy on my shirt, a cape on my back. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Hey, gun to my head. Give me that watch. Here you go. What's your Instagram page so that when you post yourself, with my watch, I want to see it. You know what I mean? I want to get a picture of that. You know what I'm saying?
You can have my watch. That's what insurance
That's my
is
point.
for.
Exactly.
All I do is call Jake.
That's it.
And say, "Yo, hey Jake, I need a new watch."
Man. That insurance will be cheaper than your health insurance having a couple of bullets put in you if you make it. That's one thing I never understood,
absolutely.
man. But that's about having your mind. You got to be in the right mind space because I've done dumb stuff. You know what I mean? You got to be in the right mind space. Yeah.
We all have.
Yeah.
Can I do this real quick?
Yes, sir.
If it's okay with you. So, because we're talking about the music.
Yes,
so, one of the singles that you have, and you see it behind me, is "My Country," and it's actually sort of kind of the poem is relevant to what we're talking about. So, if it's okay with you, gentlemen, I'd like to read it so you can hear it without the music.
You don't want the music?
No, just straight out, because I want the words to be heard on this format.
Let's do it, bro.
Okay. So it's called "My Country." So it starts out, "Dear America, have you no shame? The politics and the policies. Me too. The country set ablaze because Black lives matter. This is no longer a democracy, but a power struggle between rich and poor, black and white, Jews and Gentiles, Democrats and Republicans, cats and dogs getting along. They done storm the Capitol, y'all. My country, 'tis of thee. Sweet land of what? Where was my liberty when the land that was stolen and built off the backs of natives and blacks to become a superpower? But their superpower is to indoctrinate, colonize, and weaponize. And I'm still not free. My country, 'tis of thee. Where is my liberty? Of thee I sing. In Philadelphia, the Liberty Bell rings. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling-a-ling. The colonizers stop, feeling patriotic, but I feel nothing. Okay, I'm lying. Maybe I feel a little something. Maybe I feel my father working on Dockery's farm in Mississippi, and my grandfather working on Dockery's farm in Mississippi, and my great-grandfather working on Dockery's farm in Mississippi as a slave. Dare I go back further? Can I go back further? My ancestry, erased. My country, 'tis of thee.
Mm. That was some powerful words, my brother.
Thank you.
Man, and then coming from ex-military too. You know what you should do? You go viral. Put your uniform on and do it, bro. That'd be dope.
And you know what? For me, it's here's my thing. With my unit was activated and called to Desert Storm. I was hurt at the time, and I wasn't. I still sort of kind of live with survivor's guilt because I didn't go, even though I understand logically, you know, I probably was blessed not to go.
Man.
I won't disrespect my unit like that. Just because, you know, once again, we were brothers in arms.
Yeah.
I have an opinion. You know, I feel like once again, it's funny. I wrote a letter to Joe Biden. And it was the point was the point I was trying to get was we are nothing without our union. Meaning that Texas can't succeed from the union. Florida can't be its own country, because what makes America America is the union of America. Is the 50 states that form the union.
Right.
The premise of America was give me your poor, your, you know, freedom of religion. Remember Schoolhouse Rock, the great American melting pot. That's what the premise, though that wasn't practiced, that was the premise. But here's the thing. Everybody wants to infight with each other, but nobody wants to lose the empire. And go ahead.
How, and I'm just asking respectfully.
No, absolutely.
How is speaking your mind, saying, and I think I understand, because like there's probably some things I wouldn't say wearing like Kappa Alpha Psi regalia, right? So maybe that's it. But I feel like with the military, you're literally fighting for the freedom and the right for an artist to express exactly what you did, whether it's politically or not. I just think it would be poetic and artistic, and your unit probably wouldn't find it as disrespectful. That's just my humble opinion. But my question is for you is how's that, you know, how's that disrespectful? Because I've never been in the military, so I'm asking respectfully.
So the military is part of my village. The military was part of my life that helped raise me. I may not agree with the politics and the policies of the country that I live in on the whole, but these were my brothers, for lack of a better word. Just like in your fraternity, those are your brothers. Are you going to do something to disrespect your brothers? I can still have my views and opinions and still, to me, still be respectful.
No, I got you. Now, and I think it's probably more like cheapening the uniform and what it's about, in a sense, you know, like maybe putting it on and kneeling. Like you wouldn't do that. Go to a football game, have your uniform on and kneel during the national anthem per se.
But it's one of those things where these are my brother in arms, and these are the same brothers who I had to entrust my life
for your life. Yeah.
This is not a, you know, hey, you know, this is something that I had to entrust the person to my left, my right, front and back. I have to entrust my life to them, and vice versa. I'm not going to put on the uniform. Now, once again, my words, what I say, the poem that I wrote was not about division. It was about unity. It was about, hey, wake up. It was a Spike Lee moment.
Okay,
It was,
so the inspiration for it is literally when you put pen to paper. What inspired it?
it was my love letter to America. It was sort
That's
of
what
kind
I'm
of
saying,
mirrored.
man. You should be able to do that in your uniform. But go ahead, bro.
And I get it, but no, but that
I got you, bro. I
because
got you.
you have to realize optics
Standing on 71st and Dorchester, bro.
right.
But,
That
go
doesn't
ahead, bro.
read that way. That doesn't read that way in uniform. That
Absolutely.
reads me being disrespectful in uniform.
100%. Got you.
This was when I put this to pen, this was my love letter to the country I was born in, saying that, look, this division that we have, all of us fighting each other, it's like we fighting each other. The line I say, cats and dogs getting along. It's we're fighting each other, and something that was, when I grew up, cats and dogs didn't get along. You didn't have a cat and a dog in your house. Now you look up and you got a whole lot of people have cats and dogs, and they getting along, and ain't no problem, and it is what it is. And it's all I did was, hey, I'm showing you the optics of what you look like on TV, and where's the unity in that? Where is we are America. We are part of this. We help build this. And I'm talking about all minorities that live in America. It wasn't just one group of people that built this country. We all had a hand in it. So why is there all this infighting going on? Because all it does is, as a whole, weaken us.
Did you get cut off?
No, I'm here.
All right. I was waiting. You said as a whole. All right. You just
as a whole. I'm sorry, you didn't hear me. I said as a whole, it weakens us. It's
it
just
weakens us. Okay.
It's weakens. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just like think about it like this. You don't. I mean, so I've seen fraternities, and it may be one of those. Oh, I'm from the South, so I'm the better, whatever have you. But at the end of the day, you come under one umbrella.
Facts.
At the end of the day, if it's a conclave,
Facts.
you are under one umbrella, no matter where you coming from and how you represent that umbrella. You
Facts.
are all that same umbrella. It's the same thing with the military.
Facts.
I am still part of that umbrella.
I got you. It's just, I be seeing like pink people doing it, and they be talking about different stuff, you know what I mean? And everybody's like, yay. I see them doing it in their uniform, having fun and talking about back to blue and all this and the fourth. You know what I mean? So, but I don't, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
No. I mean, and I get it. But here's the thing. I don't have the same allowances they do. And what I do, okay, let's look at the knee incident. He was blackballed from NFL. He's never played an NFL game since.
Yeah, his agent was dumb. I would have never got out of that last contract.
He wasn't the only one. He wasn't the only one to kneel,
and then turned down his player option.
But I'm saying he wasn't the only one to kneel, and it wasn't just us that was kneeling.
Right.
Yeah.
But the initiator got blackballed. So the optics, if somebody else does that, the optics are totally different than if I do that.
Eminem kneeled at halftime of the Super Bowl, right there in SoFi.
But once again, he gets a pass. I don't get a pass.
I was telling Tori, this alleged shooter, this guy walked with a ladder and a long gun, put it on the side of the building. The police were allegedly inside the building, police snipers, went up a ladder with other pink people pointing at him saying, hey, he's got a gun, and got off all those shots. And that's white privilege. If that happened, I'm just trying to say, to your point, me at 20 years old, is no way I could have walked on that event, whether it was an Obama event or not, say if it was a black president, and I couldn't have walked in there with a long gun and a ladder and started climbing up that.
You wouldn't have got that far with a ladder. You wouldn't even have to have the other. You wouldn't have got that far with a ladder.
First, I thought the guy had on a uniform. Maybe he was pretending to be security. It was none of that, bro.
But okay, so look at how situations are once again, we're talking about optics here and strictly optics.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who shot at the school, they followed him around, and he was walking around with an AK-47. They followed him around. He was Burger King, yada yada yada, and I can't remember the guy's name.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of his name. But my man with a knife got shot 16 times, walking away from the police.
The one in Chicago.
Right.
Laquan, was it?
Yeah, yep, that's him.
Yeah, yeah.
So optics. But that's what I'm saying. It's one of those. The optics of us is to be feared. That's think about it. You get in the elevator and it's you and the elderly white woman. The first thing she's going to do is shift her purse. The next thing she's going to do is get in a defensive position and sort of kind of move away from you. And you have to sort of.
Well, if she's not elderly, right? I respect that. But guess what I do when the white women do that and they're not elderly? I mirror exactly what they're doing. I clutch my wallet in my back pocket. I cover it with both my hands. I turn away and I look at them like they're a colonizer. I do the exact same. I give them I mirror the same energy. But go ahead, and I want to tell all copper-colored people to do that.
Well, I mean, but I'm saying that. But here's the thing: the
Especially
images that are being
suit.
The images that are being fed is that we are all savages. We are all, we're all whatever. But these are the images that you're being fed. If I fed you an image day after day after day that pineapple is going to give you superpower. If you eat pineapple is going to give you superpower.
That would probably
at some point. But at some point, you're going to believe pineapple. You're going to eat pineapple because you're going to believe pineapple gives you superpower. Because I force feed it to you every single day. You turn on the news, you see pineapples give you superpowers. You turn on your favorite TV show, you see pineapples give you superpowers. You turn on commercials, pineapples give you superpowers.
I ate so much spinach watching Popeye growing up, bro.
My point exactly. Me too. My point exactly.
I mean, the whole time I didn't realize that he was talking about another spinach. Oh man.
But you know what I'm saying though.
No, that's good stuff, bro. That's really good stuff, bro. And I want to ask you this before I ask you if you had anything else, because I'm going to get to the esoteric questions with you. I want to get to the esoteric questions. A lot of times,
and I do want you to play the album, by the way. I wanted you to hear the words clearly before you played the actual song.
Absolutely. Yeah. You have to send me a link for the actual album, bro, because the one I had was just a beat.
No, I sent you that's the one you was playing behind you. That's the actual that's the single.
But I listened to the whole thing.
You heard me. Yeah, I was in. My vocals are more in the background on that mix.
Oh, you got to get in the studio with. You got to get in the studio with Brother Wordsmith, man. Let them straight up, bro. Because those words. Listen, those words, and I talked about a whole lot of other stuff that was important, but man, those words were very powerful, bro. You said a lot. That's why, like, I wasn't just saying what I was saying to be saying it, bro. Like I said, I'm gonna leave it alone. It'll get out to more people if you sat there in your uniform. Let me hold the American flag over you right there on 71st and Dorchester with a bunch of Pookies and Ray Rays around you. But just leave it alone. But get in the studio, man, with Brother Wordsmith, bro. They can get your vocals up higher.
Okay. Well, I mean, and once again, this was for me and Mr. Fingers. It was by design. We did it that way.
So, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Right.
Subliminal.
Because the thing about it,
Was that
exactly.
Subliminal.
It's more so you come for the beat, and then after a while you like, oh wait, hold up, somebody's saying something.
That's crazy.
And then you see what I'm saying? So it was done that way purposely.
Yeah, you gotta get Will Dunn on the show.
That's my guy.
Yeah, I know.
Oh wow.
yeah, Will Dunn. Will Dunn. We saw work together, Self.
It's the third
conference call. Bro, I meant to send you the link. You remember Charles?
I went to
Will Dunn and Charles.
Charles was on the show. Will was on the show. Yeah.
I actually went to high school with Will.
De La Salle?
De La Salle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right.
When you come out of there?
88.
All
Oh, we
right.
the same
80,
page.
80,
This
80,
is
80,
really
80, 80,
crazy.
80, 80, 80. Hey.
I went to Leo.
Okay. Yeah. I went to yeah. So I attended a many a summer school. Leo was one of them.
Hey,
and you
but
know what's go ahead. I'm sorry.
no,
I
I
didn't
was
make
just
a point,
saying
but
your people wasn't playing. Go ahead.
I know
You was
people,
gonna,
you
hey,
know,
yeah,
Chuck
you was gonna
Richardson,
get them
Kivu
grades.
Robinson, Marcus
Kia
Brown.
Kivu. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All them. Marcus
These are
ran
my,
track.
yeah, these are my, from no Marcus since I was born. Period.
That's why you guys both got white beards. I think you're both from Chalktown. You just don't know it.
Yeah, probably so, because
Yeah.
most of us are from, here. And
Yeah, I mean, you guys could be cousins. Did you guys know in the original Bible, bro, way back in the day, they didn't have a word for cousins, so they would consider your cousin your brother. So that's when they were referring to biblical people. Like if you and I, me and Tori was cousins, they'd be like his brother Tori. Isn't that something? And then even today we kind of do it, don't we? That's my brother right there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, your first cousin is close enough genetically to be actually siblings.
Facts. And tell those pink people that so they can stop all that damn inbreeding.
It's not the same
allegedly.
for them out there. It's not the same for them out there.
You keep saying that.
They're
But
different.
we don't want to say all this with him on the show.
I'm sorry. It's a different phylum.
Yeah, we'll save this for next week in our follow-up. Let's jump to the esoteric questions, brother.
Okay.
All right. These are they're more fun, but they're more spiritual in nature too. So just remember, man, your kids may come across this one time in the future and say, man, just like you mentioned, your great-great-great-grandfather. Imagine if you could watch a video of him answering these questions that's coming to you.
Right.
All right, here we go. Imagine if Brother Wordsmith up there, he had a time machine, right? And he was able to tell you hit this time machine button, and he's going to put you back in time. And it's going to be your 9th birthday. You're going to be sitting over there on 71st and Dorchester in the dining room. Y'all probably had a pantry, which used to be the slave quarters when the so-called Jews used to be over there in that area before your, quote, dirty family came over there and ran all those pretty smart white girls and white people from over there and created that pretty white
Enough.
Okay.
Enough of that.
Enough of that. All right.
Yeah.
I'm having fun. So now he's sitting in the dining room table, your 9-year-old self. You've got 9 candles right there on top of the cake, and they're on fire. And your family is saying, Rio Love, make a wish and blow out the candle. And you sit there and you say to yourself, I wish to see my however age I am right now, however age you are right now, right? I wish to see me right now and get some advice from him. You blow the candle right there, everybody around you, all your family, your ancestors, maybe now they're frozen. Your siblings are right there. They're frozen in time. They can't see what's going on. You're whisked away from this Zoom. Bam. And you're right there looking at your 9-year-old self. What advice do you give to 9-year-old you sitting there at that table, bro?
You're okay just the way you are.
You hear that? Just the way you are. All right. Love it, bro. All right.
So let me just dig just a tad deeper into that.
Please.
So I was diagnosed with adult ADHD. So obviously that didn't come about till I was an adult. As a child, I was a daydreamer. I wasn't paying attention in class. I didn't apply myself, et cetera, not realize, and me struggling to understand, knowing that something's wrong or something's different, but not understanding what's going on. And during that time, it was punishment for those behaviors versus understanding, or why were you? Prime example, homework. Homework was my enemy. I used to ask, could I stay at school to do homework? Because once I got home, my friends were outside playing, the TV was on, parents cooking dinner, my sister's doing her homework, et cetera, et cetera. And ADHD is all about not minimizing your distractions.
Right, staying focused when you win it. Right.
Exactly. There's nothing but distractions at home. and me not being able to verbalize what I really need with understanding so that I could get what I need to do better in school. Cause I mean, and I tell anybody my story, I was a DF student. It wasn't until I got back into school just now. I just finished up my semester with straight A's, and I'm blowing myself away. Like, I can actually do this, because all my life in my head, I've always programmed myself that I'm a DF student.
Let me ask you a question.
Absolutely.
Were a lot of those teachers pink? The counselors and everybody telling you stuff? Because if he was at William H. Ray, they'd have had him in the slow classes, and he had a big hearing aid.
And see, the problem was, on my ACT, I had a college reading level in 5th grade. So it was that dichotomy. They couldn't well, he reads so well, but he's not applying himself.
Yeah.
Were there? Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
Elon Musk was the exact same way when he describes himself. That's all I'm suggesting here. Elon Musk describes himself as the exact same way as you were.
So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people who turned out to be geniuses who had that exact same conversation, but once again, I can't blame it necessarily on the educational system. There were no words for what I was going through at that time. There was no diagnosis for what I was going through. There was no, there was no help for what I was going through, because tutoring didn't help. Because once again, sometimes I would go through tutoring, understand the lesson that night, and do a brain dump by the morning. And by the morning, I don't remember any of it, even though I was doing the work the night before.
And then they think you're lying and you didn't do the work.
That I'm just just blowing it off, and then so people now become frustrated, and then they
don't want to help you. They don't want to help you no more.
Exactly. They don't want to help me anymore because they think I'm wasting their time.
Damn. I tell you what, like he said on this whole thing, his whole village. He mentioned his village at the very top of the show, y'all. And I tell you what, the child who is not embraced by the village, and thank God this young man had people around him. Well, as a young man, when he was a young man, had people around him, they will burn the village down. And that's what's happening a lot of time. People are giving up, not saying they don't have their own responsibility, but we got to do what we can to be mentors. If you can recommend a book to the Self Love Nation, or any one of your progeny that may be coming behind you who may see this, recommend a book.
Ooh, that's a hard one. You know what? The book that really changed my life was The Alchemist. Because it taught me how to pay attention to universal signs or spiritual signs.
Facts.
And to follow those. Facts. And how not following those can be a detriment to your life, not listening to God or the universe, and how it's guiding you and leading you.
Naturally.
Prime example, when I went to Dallas, I moved to Dallas for a little bit. And so when I went, and I always call it the hand of God. So I got there January 20th, which was a Saturday. I had a job interview by Wednesday. I had a job by Friday. I was working by Monday. And as long as I listened to the universe, everything was going great in Dallas. My dad got sick. And I'm contemplating, should I stay in Dallas or should I go home and take care of my dad? And everything that was going great for me shut down. The car I was using broke down. The job that I had, I got laid off. I wound up getting a job that same day. But the job that I had, then that job I couldn't get to because my car broke down. So everything that could happen to deter me from moving forward in Dallas, because if I had continued to move forward in Dallas, I wouldn't have came home to take care of my dad, not realizing how sick he actually was at the time. He's good now. He's fine. But at the time, I didn't realize how sick he was, because my dad's a strong Southern man. I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. And just following God's hand or listening to the universe, or however you want to look at it, guided me to what I needed to do, to fast forward where like I got a job doing what I do. Once I got the job, then all of a sudden it was an opportunity to go back to school. Then it was an opportunity to go to South Africa once I went back to school. Then it was, and once again, but this is me paying attention to God's hand, me paying attention to the universe, listening, saying, okay, accepting it and moving forward with it. Even in the face of fear, because a lot of it, going DF student, going back to school, that was fear. Absolutely going back to school. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can handle this. I don't know if I can do the work. Going to Africa, remember the images that we're sold on Africa versus what Africa really is night and day. So, should I really go to Africa? My middle son went with me, so it was a father-son trip.
Yeah.
I don't want to put him in jeopardy. The best experience I've ever had in my life. And my life has continued to be blessed because of God's hand. So I recommend to anybody. And it was funny because a young lady I met that I don't even talk to anymore, she recommended the book to me and I bought it on her recommendation. And if I ever see her again, I want to thank her for recommending that book because it changed my life.
Yeah, God, the hand of God. I've felt it physically at least twice in my life. So funny you should say that. So yeah. And I wanted to share, bro. I've seen it done through prayer and I've seen animals do it. When someone is sick, they all get around and hug up on the animal. And so I think, as humans, we have that too. And a lot of times when you go around someone who's sick, you can actually make them better. You can actually give them your energy, your healing, and they're more of a will. And especially and other people will come around them. Like Self, when you got hit, all those people who came, he got hit, knocked in the car, ran over. You know what I mean? And so many people came to the hospital and was sharing that love and the prayers for healing for him. That can't hurt, in my opinion.
No, it absolutely.
I believe shared energy has power. I believe, and this is my personal, this is nobody else's, whatever. But I believe if a room of people pray for you and truly and have that intent of wanting you to be better, I believe that energy that they exude, aiming it towards you, aids in your healing.
Facts. And if you had a near-death experience and you come back and Self can be better to talk about this than me, these are lessons, not lectures. I feel like that's a big difference in having no one there, bro, or people around you who hate you, who are waiting for you to die so they can get the inheritance, and you're just like, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's factual. I was hit and run over July 12, 2014. This lady thought I was her guy. He did something down the street from me, and she hit me and then drove over me. And I woke up shortly. And I didn't know what happened to me or whatever, but it was some of the closest people to me in the room. And I couldn't say anything. I just went back to sleep because I couldn't even talk. But
that was a comforting feeling, though, huh?
I mean, I was with the Creator and had a decision to come back.
See,
and it was kind of comforting, but it was the most pain I've ever felt in this life.
When you come back.
Yeah, because of what I'd been through. I think I'd separated from that at some point when it happened. That's why I remember that.
Yeah, well, you're back for a reason. I recommend a Black-owned restaurant, bro, anywhere on earth, since you're Choctaw and since you've been to South Africa and you think you're better than us.
I don't think I'm better than anybody, brother. I put my pants leg on one leg at a time. I got to do number two like everybody else.
Oh man, I'm talking outside of my neck.
I know. So I guess I haven't really been out lately to recommend. So my go-to used to be Batter and Berries. I don't know who ownership is. When it first started, it was more Black owned. I don't know who owns it and how that runs now. But Batter and Berries used to be my go-to because their French toast is off the chain.
Okay. All right, it works.
Kevin Pope's brother.
Oh yeah,
brother was the chef there.
Oh, okay.
Long time. Yep. Up north, the one up north. Now there's one out in the south suburbs.
Mm.
The one up north is the one I used to go to. Actually, I did a check please on Batter and Berries.
All right.
Okay.
Is there a creator? Oh, wait. These are yes/no questions, or you can pass. All right. Is there a creator?
Yes.
Have you ever seen anything that you would say was supernatural?
Yes.
Have you ever seen a UFO or unidentified aerial phenomenon?
No.
Was the Donald Trump attempted assassination an inside job?
Pass.
Have you ever seen an alien?
No.
Okay, here's the $1 billion question. It's yes or no. If big science had a way, maybe the military contacted you and they say they're doing tests, and they were able to exchange 10 years of your life, so you'll wake up tomorrow, you'll be 10 years older, into the body of, say, I don't know, some rich person, because they're going to be 10 years younger, but you're going to get $1 billion tax-free right into your personal Venmo account. You can use however you want to secure your family and your progeny's listening. Do you sacrifice the years and take the money, or do you tell everybody to kick rocks?
No.
Okay.
I do not take the money.
Okay. All right. Did you hear that, progeny? You could be super rich right now. You guys could be bloated right now doing all the drugs in the world. But thanks to this
can I explain
decision.
why?
All right, go ahead. Since I said all that, you can explain.
Okay. Because I don't know what my life is going to look like in 10 years. And in 10 years, I could have all type of medical issues. I can have whatever have you. Life is about living, not about what you have. And what's more important are my sons and being able to spend time with them and still being in physical shape to do the things that we enjoy as a family versus having all the money. What does it say in the Bible? What is it to have all the money in the world but lose your soul?
Lose your whole soul.
Yeah, I'm good. I like my soul.
Okay. All right. I can't argue with that. All right. Did man, yes, no, or pass, did man at any time in history walk on the moon?
Pass.
Interesting. All right, this is the magic box question. Imagine Brother Wordsmith there gave you a box. It's made out of Hollywood and acacia. Beautiful, ornate box. It's got a beautiful red button on the top of it. God forbid someone, knock on wood, who you could not even fathom going 1 second seeing in pain, got some rare terminal illness that all the king's men said there's nothing they can do about it. And they're shouting out in pain, do something, whatever. Now, what if Brother Wordsmith said, look, bro, he hit you up, you right there in the hospital, the doctor's looking at you, and the insurance companies sign here, sign there. No, we don't cover it, it's out of pocket. And you can't, we don't care if you live outside on the street. We don't care if you're on Skid Row, because you're going to do anything to save your loved one. I'm just saying that's kind of how it goes, people. So get your money, so your life ain't hard. Get yourself together and get your insurance. But anyway, all right. Now, Brother Wordsmith says all you gotta do is press that button, bro. All right, and you press that button, your loved one is healed. But someone who you don't know, who you will never meet, will then suffer the same curse that your loved one had. Do you? Yes or no? Press that button.
No.
Wow. Wow. No need to explain. All right. When do you remember becoming conscious? Meaning coming out of theta, Like it's probably tied to your very first memory.
Okay, conscious as far as aware of the world, or conscious as far as just as a
Aware of
youth
the world,
realizing.
aware of the world, because that's going to be tied to your first memory. Has to be.
No, it's not.
Okay, so when did you first become aware of the world?
Aware of yourself.
I mean, I have memories as far back as 2, 3.
So you said memories. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's tied to your memory.
When I became conscious of the world was when I first joined the military, and we were getting a briefing that didn't coincide with what was reported on the news.
Whoa.
And it was one of those, okay, no, that's not what's really happening. And so when I saw that contradiction, that's what opened my eyes.
Okay. I got you. I had a moment like that in college, talking to so-called people about integrity, people in high places, whatever. But I see your point. No, I mean, conscious of awareness. Yeah, that, because you're saying of the worldly, I'm saying of, so two, you can go back as far as 2 with your memory.
Yeah.
Most people average is like 3 to 6. 2 is pretty low, man. I've heard people say they remember being in the womb. So whatever, Okay, here we go, bro. Before we play a quick 2-minute game, I figure your explanation is as good as any of the ancestors who've come before us and anyone who is going to come after us. In your best estimation, what's the meaning of life?
The meaning of life is, to me, is discovery. You're always discovering. You're always to me, life is about the journey, not about the destination, because once you reach the destination, you die. So it's always about discovery. It's learning something new, and it's about the journey of life and where that takes you.
Yeah, bro. Whatever they were talking about, this guy doesn't know this or that, they didn't know what they were talking about, bro, because this, everything you said is brilliant. I just was reading somewhere, they were saying if you always remain childlike, which is biblical, Brother Wordsmith and we say we're all fractals, but if we always remain childlike, what do children do? They discover simple stuff. Now, we all got to a point where, I know enough about grass. I know enough about what a tree is. No, we don't. We know that little bit that they told us in school, but we haven't interacted and really sat in a garden and been like, oh my God, look at this flower. I've never, you know what I'm trying to say, bro? Discovery. And my point is, what they said is, by doing that, it slows time down. You remember how you were a child, how 4 years seemed to have taken so long, how, and then as you get older, it's just going by because you think you know everything and you're just staring at TikTok and you're not discovering stuff. Wow.
Yep.
Man. All right. So we got a 2-minute game. This one's called the Self Love Art. All right. So essentially, you're going to have a pair of items that you want to bring on to the ark. There's going to be a big flood. Gilgamesh. Is it the flood of Gilgamesh? Yeah. That was just the flood of Gilgamesh was just
I have to ask.
Right.
I know what you're talking about, but I have to ask: is this luxury items or survival items?
It could be anything. Now, remember, you can pass. So, for instance, I might say Newports, Long, Menthol, or Cool 100s, and you're going to say Newports if you prefer Newports, or you're going to pass.
Pass, because I don't smoke. So
exactly, right. So it could be anything like that, right?
Right. Okay.
Now, remember. If you pass more than twice, we're not going to stop the game, but that's considered a fail in the game. All right.
Okay.
We've had people fail. We're not here to make anybody, you know what I'm saying? We're live here in a public forum. However, we're going to give you these. You got 60 seconds. It's like an ink blocks test. Spit it out as quick as you can. Let me get Karen over here. We got an intern here. She's always calling the cops on the black people in my neighborhood. see here. All right. We're going to get this clock going. Give me a second here, y'all.
We rolling.
All right. All right, Karen, you're going to have to start that over. Can you cut the volume? Thank you, Karen. All right, here we go. The self-love arc. The west side of Chicago or the south side of Chicago?
Joe Shy.
Frederick Douglass or Nat Turner?
Ooh, Nat Turner.
Kobe Bryant, rest his soul, or LeBron James?
Kobe.
Nas's Illmatic album or Low End Theory Tribe Called Quest?
Ooh, Low End Theory.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. or Malcolm X?
Malcolm.
Lauryn Hill or the king of rap, Eminem?
Lauryn Hill.
Drizzy Drake or Mr. You're Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick.
Anarchy, Mr. Military, versus Tyranny, Mr. Military?
Ooh. Pass.
You only got a few more.
I know. Only got one more. I get it.
You only got a few more. No, you good. You good. Very
Okay.
well done. That was a great time to use your pass. That was a great time, and we can always talk offline.
Right.
Yeah. Great usage of the pass there. What do you think, Self Love?
Excellent.
All right, that's if somebody asked me, hazing or not hazing. You know what I mean? So we're gonna pass out there. Yeah, we're gonna pass. All right.
Okay.
Where were we? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Oath breaking policeman or Kia Hyundai carjacking, slamming into your car, parked car, no insurance, Pookie?
How am I supposed to answer that?
You got a yes and or a pass?
Pass. No way.
B.I.G. or Tupac?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
You have no more passes. If you pass
I know.
again,
I know. In my youth, it was Pac, but I have to go for Biggie now.
All right. Uncle Remus Frying Chicken or Harold's Chicken?
Harold's.
Pretty easy for him. Lou Malnati's or Giordano's?
Giordano.
Comedy or poetry?
Poetry.
Last one. Gonna build that wall. And build that wall, they wouldn't take our job. Or open borders. Free-flowing open borders. You're all welcome. Bring us your poor, your stupid, your MS-13, your rapist, your everything.
I failed the game because I'm a pass. I failed the game at this point. Yep, nope. And buddy.
Hey, so we've been getting more fails, haven't we? Huh? I'm getting better at the way I set the structure up. Yeah, I'm not mad at you, bro. And this is what we tell people in our community. Take a big cup of STFU. Everybody doesn't have to know everything. You can always abstain. You know what I mean? You don't have to tell everyone everything.
We greatly appreciate you because, on our platform, we really don't answer questions.
Yeah.
So we ask them.
We question everything.
Yeah. We question everything and great.
We don't answer questions.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we work with our.
So we understand. Yeah, we probably come
right.
We probably come in here and pass on all of them, right, Sal? Yeah,
at some point.
Pass. Pass.
or just not say anything, just look around like
yeah.
Well, the thing about it is the questions that I passed on are not black and white answers.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no it was no way to answer that intelligently. So the best thing to do if I can't answer it intelligently is pass.
Well, Well, let me just say this, and just for what it's worth, anarchy or tyranny, just about everyone chooses anarchy, but they're not military. We have another military guy who's on here. We'd have to go back and check. Now, Oath Breaking 12 versus the carjacking Pookie. We've had a congressperson come sit on here, and she was running for election, and she chose the carjacking Pookie. Of course, that was during the Black Lives Matter movement and everything.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Things were. Then what was the last one? Build that wall, open borders. We haven't asked a lot of people that, and I think a lot of people pass on that. I do think a lot.
Yeah.
That's a later question that came up. Yeah, yeah. So,
I was a little surprised at that question. I was like,
what do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta ask the question.
I'm setting myself up for failure answering that question.
That's a big election coming up. You know.
Oh, I mean, it once again, it's not as simple. And you know, with the advent of social media, how I answer that question, depending on, it can run amok for misinterpretation.
Beautifully. Yeah.
You answered them. You answered them all
for your best
interest. That's right.
Period.
And the interest of your family and your progeny.
That's how you answer it.
And your progeny.
Honestly, and how you.
Okay. And that's how you want your kids to move, and they'll see fit. You know what I mean?
Did anybody say anything about that?
No, nothing. You know what I mean? You leave the shenanigans up to me and Self Love. That's a word for it. You leave the shenanigans to us. You know what I mean? Leave the shenanigans to us. We're like Greyhound.
We'll take the shenanigans on the road.
All right, bro. But Rio, we appreciate you, man. You got any final words or big ups, anything like that? Because welcome to the Give Back game.
I appreciate it. Like I say, the EP is out. I am Rio Love. This is the EP behind me. It is available on wax. Like I say again, hopefully in the outro you can play it going out. It's myself and Piccolo JT. It's produced by Mr. Fingers. My singles are My Country and I'm Tough. I'm Not Tough, but I'm Tired. So, you know, and it's sort of kind of how I feel right now with everything going on in Chicago. I'm not tough, but I'm tired, you know, and so big ups to Mr. Fingers. I appreciate my village, and I just want to give thanks to my village. You guys know who you are. Definitely big up to 71st and Dorchester, because once again, they had a big hand in raising me, and I appreciate you having me on the show.
Absolutely, bro. And I was actually sending the song, one of the songs over to Karen. So yeah, we'll definitely get that plan. All right, Self, you had something for this, brother?
Love, honor, respect. Yeah, we're in the same area. So I don't know if you're still there or what.
I'm still on the south side. Yeah, I'm still on the south side.
Yeah.
And I'm still over there all the time.
No doubt. I'm in the area, so we need to connect. Especially since you were Ancestor Echo, so you got much respect for you on that point alone. Didn't even know
there's Tori's part of the group, bro, that put it together.
Yeah, so man, much respect. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Because I know that whole thing's finna spread. You gotta, your people, they gonna know. Because
yes, sir.
How that love was felt like South Shore back in the 70s.
Yes, sir. Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah, absolutely. When the museum was free and we rode our bikes to Indiana and back.
Man. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Brothers, I appreciate
friend of the
you.
show.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you. Blessings to the show and continued success. I appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you, brother. You're always welcome, man. One love.
I appreciate it. One love. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he brought it, bro.
Yes, he did. That's actual and factual.
Yeah. Hey, break down Science of Self. I need to pull the song up. Yeah, it'd be nice. You could break it down while it's playing at some point. Yeah, just hold that down. Give us some hub up here, and I'm gonna get the song up, and then you can give us the
You
science
know
and
how the
stuff over
game
it.
go. You know how the story go. It's the Self Love Show, and we building what's never been built.
Never.
It's pyramids.
That's right.
Gonna last forever.
Ever and ever.
And we still growing, blowing our own minds. And y'all get to hear it, see it as we refine our skills to build. Y'all know the truth.
What's the truth?
Ain't gonna be long for us to chill. Because we're gonna make a breakthrough and get to the forefront. The Self Love Show. It's gonna be as common to the common man as smoking a blunt.
That's pretty common.
I ain't gonna front.
That's more common than Rashid.
Yeah, because we got a lot more for them to receive from us, because we don't play the Hollywood game. I ain't talking out here.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. You know, whew. God bless Ron Hardy, huh?
Man. Yep. He would have beat that over and over and over.
And you got those, boy, them powerful words, boy. He'd have been turning them vocals up at certain parts of it for it to fit on what he said. Yeah, that's cool. Man. Yeah, that's a hit. You know what I mean? That's
Very
a hit.
nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. He got through the game all right. The esoteric questions out there. $1 billion question. He won't take the bread. I take the bread. Did man walk on the moon? Passed on that out. Yeah. I probably would too if I was military. Those questions he passed on. If I was in the military, I would have passed them. You almost have to. Like an oath you take.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you're never out of the military. They could call them back today.
What are you saying? Some sort of chucked out Manchurian candidate?
No. Say nothing about no Choctaw. I'm talking about people that so-called retired.
You guys look like y'all could be cousins. And according to the Hebrew text, which were our people originally, you guys would be like brothers, as far as everybody who'd been concerned in the village. As his all right, let me think. You're a cousin. Well, you and Jazzy are so separating you.
Me and my close cousins don't
look like you like that.
Yeah, Brian and Mickey. Well, Mickey, yeah. They talking about I look like Uncle Joe now. Her father.
I got some more questions coming though, bro. That I got coming in these yes no questions. Yeah. What we're gonna do is the format. We're gonna break down the questions that we're doing in the middle with some yes no joints. We're gonna sparse in the esoteric questions throughout the
interview.
That's right. That's right. We're gonna sparse them right in there.
A conversation. It's not really an interview. It's a conversation out there.
I love the Funhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the Funhouse. That's just how it went. We be talking big politics, serious science.
And then tell me about your mother.
Yeah. Or the moon landing was a farce. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? And then have a serious discussion about it. What evidence do you have that we're not making sense? You know? Right, the $1 billion question. Okay. Never seen an alien. I'd say no one's coming here and said they've seen an alien. Was Trump shooting an inside job? That was an interesting pass. I think I'd pay. No.
Military, yeah. I think, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying, me personally, well, we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah.
Leave some meat on the bone out. Yeah. Have you ever seen a UFO? I think you said no, right? Anything supernatural out there? I think we had a yes there.
You said yes.
Yeah. And some sort of creator.
We said, yeah, there's a creator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Alchemist.
The book.
Recommended The Alchemist. Yeah. Great job. Tell his 9-year-old self to hang in there. Well, I tell his 9-year-old self, you're lucky you wasn't at William H. Ray School, boy. They'd have crushed you. Unless he had a strong family. He had a village, though. He had a village. You know what I mean? He did clearly say he had a village. You know what I mean? And said the military was part of his village. Respect that. And he's got respect for it. So somebody's got to do it, bro. We've said that on this show. Somebody's got to do it. You know. Yeah, I pulled back. I wanted to ask him a question about the he mentioned he was in Dallas. You know, there's that Dallas shooting that I can't find any video of, but that some sort of copper colored allegedly brother out there went on a thing and they put that robo bomb in there and blew that brother up. And that brother was out there telling y'all know what y'all doing. And I think he was talking about stuff like this. I think that brother may have been trying to, well, we can't talk about that now. All right, let's see where we are. Yeah.
At this point in the show, I don't think it would be in trouble.
YouTube's like these guys.
Yeah.
The feds and everybody like these. Just let them talk there. You know?
Yeah, well, a couple of hours in, 3 hours in, they're not listening. And listen for the controversial stuff.
If there was 1,000 people, no, 5,000 people in here, they'd be listening. If there's 5,000 people in the room, you don't think they'd be listening?
It might be on AI.
Yeah, the AI would be clicked on at that point. And they might pop in and out every now and then. Yeah. Maybe even watch some of the content. Yeah. They probably would have sent us an email already. Dirty Love.
They're going to pay much more attention later than right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, dirty little email. All right, let's wrap this thing up. I don't think there was a question. No. We didn't do one this week. And so the riddle, right? The dome teaser. We need to bring everybody out of the darkness and bring them into the light. In the Windy City, where jazz and blues and drill music flow like texts, I stand tall and proud with stories to show. From the South Show to the Loop, I see it all. From summer's heat to winter's snowfall. What am I? I'm black and I'm tall. What am I?
Oh.
Yeah?
Willis Tower.
What you talking about, Willis Tower? What you talking about, Willis Tower?
But you can see the other direction too. That's why I didn't think about that.
But you're right. It's the tower formerly known as the Sears Tower. Yeah. Somebody asked me, what's the landmark in Chicago? I was like, I can't think about it. Pizza, the Bean. I was naming all types of shit. Years ago, I would have clearly named the Sears Tower. They went there and changed it to the what you talking about? What you talking about, Willis Tower?
Somebody bought it and was like, we're taking Sears up off this.
Yeah. When it changed the name.
Just like Sears removed Roebuck.
Yeah. Yankee Stadium.
Took his Roebuck. Yeah, he had a mail order business. That's why Sears partnered with Roebuck.
Let me tell you something. My grandmother could not say Sears without saying Sears and Roebuck. I'm going to repeat it.
Roebuck was a Indian.
He got bullied out. Yeah, he got bullied out.
Yeah, they bought it and into it, and then they
Roebuck.
Removed Roebuck, and it was just Sears.
But the one on the west side, the original one where it was chiseled in the stone, they couldn't get rid of it. It was up for years. They had the old Sears Tower out west. You can see it off 290, I think. Yeah. you couldn't chisel that off. I guess they could have chiseled it off, but
that's right by my mom's house. That's like literally like three blocks. 3 blocks. No.
Yeah, my grandmother wrestled.
Yeah,
so
3 blocks.
Yeah,
no,
let's
2
go to
blocks.
she'd be like, let's go to Sears and Roebuck. I just be like, man, Grand, it's Sears out here.
Man,
Sears
no.
Roebuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Sears bought out Roebuck and then removed him, you know.
What would that be like? Because I feel like that's happened somewhere since we've been alive with some big corporation that these kids wouldn't know. No. It'll come
Sears
to
Tower to Willis Tower.
There you go. Some kid born in whatever year that was changed. Their whole reality is what you talking about, Sears Tower. That's the Willis Tower. And you're driving around self thinking you're young and hip. You know what I mean? Talking about the Sears Tower, and they looking at you like, he's still calling to Sears Tower. You know what I mean? They're like,
well, I said Willis Tower because
you did say Willis.
The programming is there for this crap.
Yeah, well, they paid the money.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
There's nothing to do with why you call it that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just did it for public consumption because it's Sears Tower. Mama named it Sears Tower, it's Sears Tower. So
it's like dumb son of a bitch named you dumb son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And you're a dumb son of a bitch. You know what I mean?
Good.
Yeah. All right. Big ups to all the dumb son of bitches out there. I mean, I don't need no problems. All right, bro. Let's see. Do we have anything else? What are we supposed to be doing here? Something. All right. My bad, Joe. We answered the riddle. What's happening in America? What's happening in America is next week, y'all. Catch us on July 23rd. What's happening in America? I'm going to be wearing my American flag in distress.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. We got questions to ask and answer. You know what I mean? Where was this kid's parents? You know? Where was that drop dead gorgeous, smart kid who never did any trouble, never had any record, was raised by his parents who had money, wasn't hungry, wasn't starving, wasn't desperate? Where were his parents? Why did his dad buy him the AR-15? Was he a Manchurian candidate? We're going to unpack that next week. How fans impact player performance. We're going to cover that on Mouthpiece Included. That's going to be Sunday. How fans, which I've discovered is simply a word for friends, can impact player performance. There's been a lot of scientific studies done on this. So we're going to break down the so-called data and then go from there. We talk politics on that show. Anybody and their mama could pull up. All right. If you still got them, pull up. All right. If you don't still have them, pull up. All right. And that brings me, Karen, can you? Okay. That brings me to my personal favorite part of the show. And once again, big ups to Rio Love. He came here and just dropped jewels like he was. And Nazanaki. I'm not gonna. What are you saying?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We don't speak.
All right, hold on. All right, we're wrapping it up here. He dropped jewels. That's all I'm gonna say. Can I say that?
Yes, because
okay,
we've brought the jewels to the earth. So,
I mean, have you ever been to a juice bar?
A juice bar? Yeah, I've been to a juice bar. They got carrot juice and
Yeah.
We are, as they say.
Uh-oh. He's caught up in his anchor chains. Man, we could have just rolled you out with this track. Remember, here we go. Tradition. We'll keep to the tradition. All right. That brings me to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's Wordsmith's final words out there. Big ups, Donald Trump.
Wouldn't want to, talk over his vibration, his verbal inclination. And y'all know what it's about. It's about love. Rio brought it here, and no push and shove. We are above all of the negativity y'all shrug about. That happens on our realm. it's all about who you let in control of the realm of your mind and mind state. Because we can alleviate all of these problems. Just work together. I know we will solve them. It's elementary how we will come together in this next quarter century. And maybe even before. Because none of us know what is in store. But it's so bad here, we can never ignore that it can only go up. That's why we're here to disrupt all of their games, all the situations, their problems and pain they put upon us, man. It's a damn shame. We only need a certain percentage of us to get together and gang and crush this whole situation that's insane. It ain't for the lame of heart. You gotta have that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to spark. The revolution ain't gonna be televised, not gonna be on social media or advertised. It's gotta occur within us and all of our hearts. What we could bring together. Bring the light to the dark. Aim, set, and hit our mark. All gotta do our part. Yo, it ain't gotta be everybody. Most of them not leaders. Some of them, unfortunately, are gonna be bleeders. Not gonna make it to our destination. But we gotta stick together. No perpetration. It's all about our elevation. Words.
Words. Yes, sir. All righty. Self-love vision. We're gonna put the self-love vision back on. All right. All right, yeah, y'all. So let's Aaron, you know where we're at. Certainly appreciate that brother though, right?
Yes, sir. Excellent contribution to the Self-Love Nation.
Yeah, man. Give back gang, man. Great politicking with this brother.
Period.
Okay. This is all right, there we go, right here. All righty. Big ups to Kai Zodiac, man, know thyself.
Do you think you are the one?
Honestly, I don't know.
You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
Bullets, a boomerang.
Man, know thyself. I will eat the right foods that I grow
Stand your ground.
Cause the wrong way stole my health. I'm glad to be me now and nobody else.
Murder and suicide.
I will eat the right foods that I grow myself.
Eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
See something, say something.
Greed plus ego over fear. That's how you build a slave.
Charity plus humility times love is freedom.
Do not answer questions.
Question everything.
Fear is cap. It's all in your brain.
Vibrate love.
Forgiveness, that's love's highest vibration.
So do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end the beef.
Healthy people heal thy people.
We know for sure that hurt people gonna try to hurt people.
Free the old man, free Lil Hoover, man.
Free Jeff Ford.
Free all the guys.
Prison is slavery.
B.I.N. Like Peter. Walk on water.
Move mountains.
Wait, a cold mountain, G?
Hey, bro. You forget last week, that thing right there was a lot shorter.
Yeah.
Taller.
By the way, it's all in the head. There is no obstacle.
Serious. Simulation.
There is no spoon.
Facts.
Y'all stop the violence.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through. Balls to bones.